Hello everyone and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons episode 8, Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Okay, during the last episode, the heroes was actually... Okay, the heroes, I have no freaking idea what actually happened. There was supposed to be a plan, but the plan never happened. The plan that was never being introduced. The plan was never actually being said. When there was a plan should be conveyed with the rest of the party. So, whatever happened. So, when Tyrson actually went towards the cultists, that Bayang went to investigate during the last session, Bayang was actually hoping that the rest of the party would actually sneak and see what the cultist was actually doing. But as the dungeon master on my notes, the players were supposed to actually meet the direwolf, then head towards the cultist. Not head towards the cultist, then head towards the direwolf. Because, in my head, should the battle actually started, 90% of the party would have died and only Durotan would be the only survivor. That was in my head, should anything happen. However, Tyrson actually managed to deceive the cultists and saying that he is the chosen one that they have summoned, which of course, Tyrson is not a dragon. But in the end, the cultists played around with Tyrson and let him dip his hand into the eternal blood of the once deceased Aab'Shagua, which died more than 10,000 years ago, which was actually resurrected as fast as he could be, thanks to Tyrson's vampiric blood that gave eternal life towards the dragons, speeding the resurrection process, which when I look at my notes supposed to happen at episode 12, but I threw away my notes and say let's start in the beginning and rewrite everything again. So Tyrson now is in a 50% dilemma because the players have no idea whether to kill him or save him. So in this way, Tyrson could lose his character either permanently as a dead character or become the next following BBEG, which of course completely you cannot use the character immediately because the character is permanently owned by the DM. So with the plan now no longer in process and the heroes now unsure of what to do, Andraste taking measures into her own hands told the rest of the surviving heroes, which actually killed many of the cultists, to actually quickly head towards the wolf to actually meet the greater direwolf and the rest of its children. But during that long journey ahead, Rhin'zey knows that the dragon is heading towards Shizuo. Time is at the essence right now. Delay, things could be worse. Make it quick, things could be even worse. So now the players will have to decide what is the next course of action. And as Andraste lead the rest of the other heroes towards the dark forest of the Forgotten Woods, the rest of you actually arrive to actually see the many direwolves actually waiting for you further ahead. With the mist all gone, and originally Tyrson's character was here, but I removed it completely because it is gone. And with Durotan, Andraste, Rhin'zey, Bayang, Ptyei'heon, Waruay, and Waruay's wolf arriving at the destination, it is still night. Tyrson's wings flap within the night sky itself. You can hear his howls like screaming in the distance as the dragon flew towards the destination of Shizuo, but everybody else within the region itself, the village of Rapston, Sineheb, Momoroko, Frostwolf, and many others felt the presence of the blue dragon flying overhead towards the unfortunate town of the Tabaxis, unaware of what's going to happen. Andraste actually arrived at the forest. She turns around to look actually at. Wait a minute, there's something wrong here. Does my eyes deceive me? I see Cornelius' spear in the game. But I'm not gonna go to Cornelius. It's Cornelius,
I'm just here to listen. Please
Here.
ignore me.
Okay. If you want to join, just say so. I will drop Cornelius anytime.
No, no. I'm just here to listen. While I write the lore, so
Okay.
just ignore me. I
Okay.
just
All
want
right. Sure. Sure.
to
Sure.
see the
Okay.
world burn. I just want to see the world burn so the audience can take over.
Oh yes. 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 See the will then. Well, you know the outcome. I told you everything. All right. Okay. Andraste turns to you, Durotan. Turns to you, Rhin'zey. Then she said, "We don't have much time to lose. The more we stay, the more Aab'Shagua or your friend Tyrson probably take time to actually burn every single major village along its path. Durotan, you can actually see the direwolf further ahead. Most of them actually, you can see them all in a defensive position, snarling as you all approach. Andraste walks slowly further slow. Instead, hey Durotan, to action for you. What do you want to do?
So now that she basically told us that it's Tyrson who transformed, that's when I basically Durotan tell her,
it is our duty to kill him. If he has been possessed by this thing, we have to relieve him and restore his honor. Killing him is the only way to do so. But alone we cannot do this. We have to unite the entire region for this purpose.
Tell me this. God, I forgot. I keep forgetting her name.
Andraste.
Just yes. Uh, Andraste, tell me, do you happen to know anything about this blue dragon, or do you perhaps have any books on it that we could research about, just so we can learn about exactly what the hell just happened and how we could fix it?
Andraste actually looks to you, Durotan, and then looks to you, Ptyei'heon, and she said, Aab'Shagua is an ancient dragon, a greater worm, as you can see, or a ball spawn, if I might say. A ball spawn is actually a child of a demon, which is actually part of Aab'Shagua. Aab'Shagua was actually dead, or was presumed dead, thousands of years ago. However, it seems that from what I noticed, the council was actually trying to resurrect the dead Aab'Shagua, and judging the ritual, they can't actually proceed with the process. That's what I know. However, it seems that Tyrson actually quickened the process. I'm not too sure how, but there is some sort of old manuscript I can actually find from the old library within the tower that might have some clue how to actually defeat it, if we could. But we need to speak to the direwolf first. Not me, but you. Okay, Durotan, what's the next last action?
I look into the party and just say to them,
We have to save our friend's honor. Killing him is the only way, but also we have to prevent him from damaging or killing anybody else. Who's with me?
I'm with you. We need to stop him before he does more harm to himself.
Exactly. What about you, Bayang?
Bayang feeling contradicted. What Durotan said earlier, say kill him, now save his honor.
killing him is saving his honor.
Not for Bayang's state of mind.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
Okay, is Bayang gonna say anything?
Can I use what's the insight to understand his meaning?
No, you don't have to roll insight to understand what's the meaning. You can actually roleplay immediately.
Okay. Based on my understanding, honor is multiple form. But helping his honor, he crossed his arm in confusion. Anyway, back to subject. Isn't it better we just get away from here instead of someone banking with the wolf or whatever? You know, he's in a state of like conflicting.
We have to get help. Andraste said the direwolves can help us. But also, every other town between here and the Frostwolf Mountains are in danger of Tyrson's wrath.
And the
Bayang then look at Waruay. Your call.
Well, I think we should save him. He is our friend, but also all those other villages. If we don't stop him, he will destroy all the villages in the area.
Bayang give a sigh.
I-
Fine.
I'll just look
And-
to
and my
Rhin'zey. Rhin'zey?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Yeah, I looked at Rhin'zey and it's like,
Mm.
this is your village that's in the path as well. And I looked at Durotan, it's your village. And it's like, and I walk over to, well, it's like, the only villages that aren't in the path are ours. Real with either of you is what I've used to decide. Well, I am at the least. I cannot speak fully for the others.
Settled. We must kill him and save our villages and unite this region.
How do you plan to kill a dragon like that? Because if I remember correctly, dragons require quite the feat to kill.
We are
Well, first you have to
warriors.
ground it.
Exactly.
You have to remove its advantage. And I slam my fist into my hand and say, you have to remove its ability to fly. Otherwise, it's an impossible task.
Yes, but aren't the skin or the hide of the dragons quite tough to deal with? Unless you lot have a way to deal with that, I don't believe my Stormbow can do something about it. Unless I have proper ammunition to deal with it, but
Let's talk to the direwolves and see what they have to say. We need help.
I would
Okay,
prefer to
Red
save my
Rhin'zey?
friend.
Rhin'zey, 2 actions for you. What you want to say?
Rhin'zey. Rhin'zey. Rhin'zey, my man, it's your turn.
Okay, ignoring Rhin'zey, moving on. Okay, Andraste, move forward.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, alright, finally. I was trying to fix up my mic while you guys were prompting me. Yeah, well, I look into the ground and I look really, really sad. Like, really scared and sad. I'm saying my only mistake was to not be patient enough to see through that. We consult the direwolf before we approach the tribute people, the magic people, the ritual people, and yes, just being cautious while we were already there. I guess I didn't take the actual step, and now my village has to pay for my actions. I will not be able to forgive myself easily, if at all, but I must go to Shizador as soon as possible, whatever way that allows me to get there in that manner. Where am I in this? Okay, I'm all the way back here.
Mhm.
I walk all the way up here and I'm like, Direwolf, this is my village. I know it's pretty much got nothing to do with you. And you have no personal reason to go there with us. I just appeal to your well, not humanity, but your sense of justice, your sense of peace and life, and yeah, a fair chance for everyone to live. Your sense of the will to live, and how many tabaxis will now lose that without having to even get the choice. I can only ask you to help me.
The direwolf actually stayed, the one on top of the rocks, on top of one of the many years, while the other wolf actually stared at you. So the wolf actually responded back to you, and then he said, "My children actually saw what happened at the temple where the cultist was summoning whatever it summoned, until I saw with my own eyes what actually happened. Your elvish companion, whatever his name, the one that released my children, thanks to him, I got them back. But also thanks to him, the resurrection of the dragon has been quickened. Was your friend an accomplice with the cultists that murdered my other children and took their hearts for the blood ritual that I saw?"
Uh,
How do you
we don't
respond?
think so. I look to the officer. Pretty sure not.
Confident that he was being used by them. He was with us the entire time. We never killed him.
Lies! The direwolf actually screams back at the rest of you. Lies! I saw with my own eyes. I smell the blood that comes from within him. My children saw him willingly walk towards the cultist and said that he is the one that they summoned. He personally said it out himself and said that he is the one that I have been waiting for. And yet you dare say to me that he is not? Where is the proof of this? And yet you come to me seeking my help after what that he has done, that he has worked with those murderers, killing my children, taking their hearts. And yet you say that you seek justice. Then where is the justice for my children? Then where is the justice for the direwolves that the cultists murdered and took their hearts from? Then where is the justice for that? I do not care if the tabacs is burned and the flesh devoured by the dragon. It is an eye for an eye. What Tyrson has done, what your friend has done, cannot justify the actions that I will give. You are lucky to actually tread foot here in my lands without me giving orders to my children to attack you as you come down.
No proof of him being as innocent as you say.
But I mean, that's when Durotan basically advances forward here, and he just like kneel on all four, puts the weapon in front.
I'm willing to offer myself as a sacrifice to atone for anything he might have has done to offend you. I'm willing to offer my life in substitution.
Right. Roll for persuasion with disadvantage -5 penalty.
Oh god, okay. Disadvantage. Okay.
I run up to Durotan and say, "No, you don't have to do that. It's.
Someone
I mean,
has to atone. I'm willing to atone for what he did. It's meant to save his soul and grant him the eternal rest that he needs. I'll offer my life in substitution for his. It is better we kill him than anyone else."
Okay, let me roll disadvantage. Here's 1. 2. Nope.
Oh no.
Oh god.
The wolf replied back to you, you cannot persuade him anymore moving forward.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then the wolf said, your soul and your sacrifice doesn't mean anything to me. Or you and your companion, you could be lying when you and your companions said that you will release my children to be gone, but only to see them being hunted down. The next night they were released, captured by the cultists as they were heading here, only to be seen them to sacrifice your soul and your meat to do nothing to me. I will not murder you if you step foot there. You, even if you offer your life now, it means nothing to me. your companion have done what he have done. Okay, Durotan, you can't say anything, you can't assist or even help your companions moving forward. Now, okay, Rhin'zey, your turn.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep.
Just a second again.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, Tyrson, and before he became a dragon, he was a friend. But now that he's attacking my village, he's an enemy. I've marked him for death by my own hands. And for what if there is ever a reason for you to also take revenge for the things that have been done to your wolves, I ask that you join hands with me so that we can take revenge against those that you despise and now that I despise. This is a matter of me trying to protect my village in any way I can, but also taking revenge for those who pretty much wants to destroy all that I stand for, and what I stand for are the people that are the buckets that I love in my village. So it's not you helping me, it is us helping one another.
Go for persuasion with disadvantage.
Well said.
Okay,
This is
persuasion. That's one.
Ooh!
Ooh! Please, please, please.
Just don't.
Oh, damn!
Aw.
The dice looks to you, Rhin'zey. His eyes glows even redder. You speak the word just like the orc. And yet you say that his friend, and now you want to kill your friend. And yet there could be another lie. For me to actually offer the help there, I would be willing to offer. But to you, Leonin, it does not matter anymore. If you could kill your friend, even in his transformed state, as the dragon, even if you were to bring the dragon's heart here, even if your village was to burn to the ground, then I will assist. But until then, until I see the proof that you bring his dead body, his remains, his heart here, then I will gladly help you. But at this point of time, I will not offer any help. Leonin. It stops. Hey, Waruay, what do you want to do?
I woke up. What to say? I see that you will not be persuaded by words. So, instead, I will persuade you with my past actions. And I'll point down to Wolfie, I suppose. I still haven't asked the name. And saying that your child will be the judge of that, of my actions. All I want to do is save my friend. And I understand that the only way to save him may end up killing him. But even if you don't help me here, that still will not stop me. I will crawl towards him if I have to. But if we do not, regardless of whatever Tyrson may or may not have done, that is irrelevant at this point in time. The only thing that must be done now is to stop Aab'Shagua before he destroys this entire land. If you don't want to help me, then fine. Then I will go my own. You may question my words and say whether I am truthful or not, but just ask your child here whether my actions can be trusted. He has been with me for the past couple of days.
Roll for persuasion.
You have your dragon roll?
My draconic, entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know for 14. Bypasses the DC on that one.
The wolf looks to you for his eyes. At first, it glows bright at the spice of night bread. But now it dials down. It turns to the other wolf next to you. He speaks. At first, he speaks in another language. Unless you have Sylvan language, which is a language of the Fae, then you probably understand.
I don't have Fae. I have the wolf thing from the amulets.
Beast.
But-
You mean beast language?
Yeah, I have to be able to speak
It's
to.
It's
Yeah,
not speaking in howls or barks. It's actually speaking in a language that many of you actually don't fully understand.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have that language. I don't have it.
Speaking in Sylvan, and then after you can actually hear the wolf actually like talking, and then you hear the wolf speaking back in howls and barks, which you of course understand. The wolf next to you actually said, "I have actually followed the kobold. I've seen it, father. Mother would approve of my actions and helping the kobold." You heard the words from the other wolf, not from the die wolf.
Hmm.
I would gladly lay my life to help him after seeing what his friend did. A foolish act, I can say, to what the friend has done. But I can see from their hearts that this particular kobold wants to help the friend. But I'm not too sure about the others, to kill him or not. It is their task. If you would not lend your hand and the pack to them, father, then at least let me speak to mother. You hear the wolf actually replies back again in Sylvan language. And then he turns to you, like Waruay, and he said, "My child has spoken. I will not let him see mother, and neither I, the father, allows the pack to assist. It is the wolf's choice to follow you, Waruay of Steel Pack Mountains. But the mistake of your friend, you must bear alone. The pack refused to assist and help. We will leave the Forgotten Woods and head towards the north, where the dragon will not reach. There, we will be safe from its lightning. But the other village will not. You have a kind heart, Kobold. Sadly, you did not come as early enough before the event transpired, before an action has been done. We will leave here now. I will tell my pack and the wolf of the lands to leave you alone and to leave the carcasses that the dragon lay waste along the lands. They will not devour the dead. But
Look,
we
I
will not.
understand. I understand you need to protect your people. If I ask one simple request, Finn, when you do go, if we are unable to stop Aab'Shagua, then the people in the villages will flee. I simply ask that you let them pass.
Yes, that I will promise you. If you survive long enough, head towards the north, where the Elvish live. There we will meet. If you survive, of course. Okay, Ptyei'heon cannot say a word. Ptyei'heon have no say in this. And Bayang, do you have a word?
Bayang?
No
Okay, bye.
comment.
Okay, Bayang, being the Duegar rogue that you are, you listen to the whole conversation. Even Ptyei'heon actually listened. There was nothing else that could be done. With the natural one that Durotan actually rolled, and didn't meet the direwolf earlier on, things just got out of hand.
I blame the nat
Then
one. I blame the nat one.
the wolf turned tail. They bid farewell as they left the forest. You see a number of them. There's some even bigger. Then you realize that some of these wolves that actually left you are mostly just direwolf pups. They have yet to actually grow. The Waruay actually then turned into this young one. It's not actually a wolf. It's actually a pup of a direwolf.
Oh.
Still yet to grow. And now, Waruay, since you have the only direwolf, now gonna be moving from left to right, one action. Each Durotan, what do you want to do?
I just simply look into whomever closer, including Andraste, and just say,
Even if they refuse to help, that's not on them. Unfortunately speaking, cowards come in all shapes and sizes these days. Let them run. See how far they can run when fate catches up to them. History remembers only those who have fought and died or won their victories with honor. Come, we have a long way to Cicisor. We have to warn them, and every village along the way.
Okay, alright. Bayang, you?
I
Yes.
would like to, will I go? Will you show some stuff when I'm a dragon? Because there's a few things I possibly can do. I have a sort of plan in mind if I'm able to do it.
Okay. Alright, I'll go to you last later. Okay, Bayang,
Yeah.
what you do?
Bayang just listen only to keep note of what's going on.
Alright. Okay, Rhin'zey. Okay, Rhin'zey, one action for you.
Rhin'zey?
Mute again.
Hmm.
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Yep, predicted.
Alright. Oh my god, this happens from time to time. Yeah, well, I'm just full of resolve. It's like, however long it takes for me to get there, if I can get there at all, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna save at least what's left of my village. I'm not gonna stand here much longer and just wait in dread for things to happen. I know it's happening. I'm gonna go there, and I just walk off. I walk off.
Alright. Okay, Waruay, one action for you.
It's like everyone's sort of splitting up. It's like, what are we going to do? And I suppose Tyrson, with Tyrson, Dawn, Durotan is pretty much the leader now of the group. It's like, should we go and try and chase after him? Should we go get Rhin'zey before he runs off?
We have to follow Rhin'zey. This town is in danger. We have to stop these.
Andraste said, leave the Leonin alone. His village is in danger. He have the reason to actually rush towards Cicisor. We will need but the assistance of the direwolf. It will take days for him to actually reach. But by the time he arrived, there's really nothing much that he could do for Cicisor. Even by then, Cicisor will burn. I'm not too sure about the rest of the other people actually. But I think I may need to actually ask for another person's assistance. Even though I would like to actually, even though I would have hate to actually see her, but I really have no choice. And then she turns to the rest of you. Who would follow Rhin'zey and who will follow me?
You mean Tyrson's sister, right?
No.
Ah.
Andraste turns to you, Waruay. Like I said, who amongst you will follow Rhin'zey now, and the rest of you follow me? Because moving forward, we are splitting the party.
I think with Loki, I'll be able to probably catch up and probably even run past Rhin'zey and try and warn the village first.
Exactly.
And I turn to Loki. It's like, can you run that far? Would
Loki
you?
looks at you. It's like, yes, I can. With you, with me on my back, it'll be fast. But if you ask me to bring Durotan with you, I'll probably kill myself halfway through.
AKA, he's too. I'm too big for him. Basically,
Alright.
Durotan turns to you and say,
Catch up with Rhin'zey. Tell him you're joining him in warning the village ahead. I'll go with
The wolf, the wolf asks you, Waruay, and Waruay, why do you give me such a name, Loki? You do know that I'm a girl. I'm not a boy.
Okay. Like, would you prefer something like Fluffy or Amber? How about Luna?
Oh god, even worse.
No. It's like I once knew a dwarf woman named Beatrice.
It is up to you, Waruay. Even if you were to give me the name Momo, it'd be alright too.
Okay. I look up and I see the moon. And it's like, Luna. Luna it is. I hereby christen you Luna. Then, if that name is acceptable.
Yes, you know be good. But you don't have to be terrified of how I sound. I am yet to actually grow my voice to the proper, appropriate one.
No, I say, brilliant.
Genki desu ka?
Oh god, please stop.
Oh god.
And
Okay,
then
you have to
you,
do that
and
voice
then
in.
you write Luna. Okay.
Oh, I give Durotan my extra equipment such as my tent and just heavy stuff that's just going to slow me down that I won't need.
Mm-hmm.
And I will take this with you. I will ride Luna Fen and we will try to catch up to Rhin'zey village as fast as we can to warn him.
Take good
Perhaps-
care, you two.
Perhaps we might be able to warn some of them to flee in time.
Also, see if they can listen to you and unite. We have to unite to take him down.
Yeah. So yes, it's like trying to find a way. It's like all I know is a dragon is impossible to defeat while it's in the air. Once you ground it, that's the only way that you can defeat a dragon.
Mm-hmm. Take care.
And I say, good luck, as I run off chasing after Rhin'zey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bayang, you also follow Rhin'zey?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you
Yep.
hear?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, so I don't know my mic, something wrong. Okay, Waruay is Bayang stick to his mission. He follow Waruay, even though he's not riding a wolf, he will follow.
Yes, you use your small dwarvish feet to run as fast as you can, but
Chubby legs.
Rhin'zey is faster
Rhin'zey.
because he's a Leonin. He used 4 of his legs to run as fast as he can, but you will be the last to reach, and most likely very exhausted. So you
Don't forget we do have a cart and horse.
Horses. Yeah.
Horses.
Horses, yeah. Carts and horses. You can actually unhook them and just ride them. Just ride the horses.
Yeah, just take him.
well, depends if Rhin'zey and Bayang want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Exactly.
depends.
Hey, at least now,
So-
all 3 of you can do the whole. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. He's
Oh
flying
my God.
towards. Jesus, oh.
Okay,
No,
Petion.
I was hoping-
Excellent sprinters.
Okay, Petion.
I was hoping-
Petion, what do you
three of
want
us
to
inside the cart,
do?
and then we shake our head. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay.
Oh,
I got a perfect gif for this. Hold on.
Okay, Petion, who do you follow?
I'm Steven Drost. I need to know more in order to actually act efficiently for this. And I'm not exactly the most athletic type here, so I can't deal much with helping there. I'll follow you and Drost for now.
All right. And all 3 of you follow Andraste towards the north, while the rest actually head towards the west, where the dragon flew. Okay, that action is gonna take quite some time. Now moving to another location. I need to copy paste you guys first before I bring you guys to the next scene. Andraste actually brings Durotan and Ptyei'heon towards the deepest part of the swamps, much more dangerous parts of the swamps. I'm gonna be removing Rhin'zey here, Waruay. And as you arrive at the river area, Durotan and Ptyei'heon. And when you look at it, you can see a broken boat in the distance. And again, you can see that the swamp water itself seems to be quite murky, perhaps deep. Draste actually walked forward and said, "We have to be careful here, Ptyei'heon and Durotan."
Agreed. I will follow your footsteps.
Oh, I love the music.
Oh yeah, right. I
Yeah.
had the music like turned off. I forgot.
When you head towards the boat seems to be filled with some sort of like, it's a huge boat apparently. Perhaps like carry like a bunch of people. It seems to be some sort of sailboat. They were crashed here in the river instead. But as you head further forward himself, you see Andraste heading towards the wharf. Looks around and then heads towards the wooden house and start knocking on the door. And she starts banging on it, and you can actually hear the sound. Tum tum tum. Are you inside? I need to speak to you. It's me, Andraste. And you hear no sound. And then again, you hear the sound banging on the door from Andraste. It's me, Andraste. I know you hate me, I know you dislike me, I know I'm prettier than you, but open the door, she said.
Oh god, another cat fight.
And again, you hear no sound. Okay, Durotan, what do you want to do? 2 actions.
Since he's basically like begging in a ladylike manner, he just like walk up next to him and say,
Please, Mr. Andraste, allow me.
as he like, crack his knuckles, and that's when he's like, palm, palm, palm on the door. Enough to basically shake the whole door apart and wake the neighbors too.
You break the whole shack down.
You roll for strength.
Okay, rolling for strength.
And when you bang, suddenly the door breaks, boom, and the door actually opens inside.
He's like,
I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. It fell.
Musclehead years?
It must have fell on its own. Yes, it's too old.
Oh my god.
It's too old of a door. It's high time it gets replaced. Yes, it's old.
You peek inside. You see an empty room. You see a lot of rotten stuff inside the house. Broken bed, haze all over the place, and like rotten food and pots. You don't realize that the house, nobody inside the house at all. It's been abandoned. Roughly, perhaps when you look at the house, roll for inside. Both of you, Ptyei'heon and Durotan. Very low DC.
okay.
God damn it.
Okay, it's only
Oh,
DC 5.
God.
Okay, it's only DC 5.
Are you
Yeah, Durotan.
serious?
Oh
I
my
mean-
god.
It's like Durotan looks at the house. Looks like my room.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like his room, so to him, it's tidy. It's not chaotic.
It's prime real estate. I wonder how much it's selling.
Okay. Ptyei'heon, when you look inside, if you actually hold your nose, it's like there's like there's like feces everywhere, perhaps caused by many of the swamp creatures. You can see a snake slithering away, a number of toads like crocking inside, and you can see some sort of like skeletal remains with some sort of like webs all over it. And Drandastella looks around. Huh, it seems that she's not inside. She usually would be here. This is her hut. What I remember 100 over years ago.
Oh my god.
And then she screams, "Where are you with me? Andraste Esmeralda!" He screams out.
Could it be possible that they were not, some sort of long-living race, for example? Because
Or perhaps they didn't part on the best of terms, by the sounds of it.
yeah,
And she's a little jelly.
Durotan looks at Andraste and say,
What's the name of the person that's supposed to be living in that beautiful room?
Andraste looks to you. Well, I'm not supposed to tell you who it is because it might make you feel the pressure. And she's quite of a legend herself to
Okay.
many young people, orcs, humans, Aab'Shagua, and many more. But
excuse me.
that's what she said.
Okay.
Andraste looks to you, Ptyei'heon. You don't have to hide your true identity from me, Ptyei'heon. I know what you are.
Yes, but it's similar to like wearing clothes. I don't like to be naked out in public. All right.
Well, it's best that you actually dress up the same as you are, Ptyei'heon. But help me look for her.
All right.
Scream as loud as you can, and tell her to actually come. Scream my name as loud as you can.
What's her name?
My name.
"Oh, okay."
Durotan has no
Okay.
problem with that.
Okay, roll for strength.
Mhm.
The strength of your lungs. Okay, when you
Oh,
roll
okay.
for strength.
Let me just describe what he's currently doing. He's like, he put the stuff down and everything. He's like, me, 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 me. And he's like, prepares to scream. And he's like, and he's like,
Oh, dear lord.
basically, he's like, me, 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 me. He's like, oh. And he's like,
Andraste is here to say you. Show yourself now.
like you can imagine the whole forest just shakes and birds flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was about to explain. Birds flying everywhere. You see the fish actually swim away the moment you scream. Ptyei'heon like actually had a shock of her life. Okay, Ptyei'heon, what do you do?
I would rather try to investigate what's inside this shack a bit more.
Okay, roll for investigation.
There it is. Got
Oh, nice.
13.
Okay. You investigate the shack. It's really, 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 really old, Ptyei'heon. It's like perhaps hundreds of years old, like perhaps never been touched, never been used. When you look at the skeletal remain that's inside, it's actually a skeletal remain of an Aarakocra that's perhaps been dead for a very, 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 very long time. And judging by the materials that you're using, perhaps he's been living in this house quite some time now. They just don't remember the date. But other than that, there is nothing much of interest inside the hut.
Interesting. Was your friend perhaps an Aarakocra?
No, but I do know the person that we're looking for loves to eat Aarakocras.
Oh, right. Okay. That explains
Yeah.
that then.
She calls them a delicacy. That's the reason why there are no Aarakocras in this region.
Oh, I see.
Luckily, no one in the party's an Aarakocra fan.
Yes. Then,
Maybe
the moment you head towards the wharf where Durotan and Rusty is, Ptyei'heon, okay, you suddenly hear a loud thumping sound, like boom, and you can see strong ripples from the water, as if a scene from Jurassic Park where you see the water just ripple,
Ooh.
and it's getting louder, as if somebody is jumping towards your location. Boom. Okay, roll for wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God damn it. All of us?
Yeah, you and Durotan.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay,
Oh no.
fail and fail. Okay, both of you are frightened the moment you see something appear from the water, jumping towards you, landing next to the wharf. You can see Andraste actually like holding her composure, making sure that she stands on her 2 feet. And both of you just stood there, wanted to run away. Until you see Andraste just turn to both of you. You notice she just waved her hand as if you notice some sort of magical spell hit you and Durotan. And then you're no longer faced by the frightened being that you just saw right in front of you. What you see is one huge chicken leg carrying a house.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is no.
And you see Andraste, finally. And then you see one particular person opened the door and then suddenly greeted the rest of you as you all head towards the wharf. And you see this old hag-type lady looking at the rest of you, and then she said, "What do you want? Nasty annoyance," she said. And then you see Andraste said, nice to meet you too, Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
I would like to speak with you. And you see the old lady on top of the staircase actually said, "Do you bring anything that would feast my attention to you?" Andraste then turns to Durotan and turns to Ptyei'heon. Then she's like, Then she asks, "Do you have anything that we can actually offer her? Magical items at least, or otherwise she'll probably eat Ptyei'heon."
What? Wait, what? Wait, excuse me? Huh?
Wait, since
Wait, did you just say that's...
well, since basically Waruay gave me the items, I'm assuming you also gave me Tyrson's former items.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm assuming.
Sure, if you want to.
I'm assuming you gave them to me. So he's like looking in the clothing and everything, and he's like spots Tyrson's bloody sword. He just grab it by the scarab and just say, "I have this."
Oh,
Andraste
God.
turns to you, Durotan.
Mhm.
That would work, but don't you think Tyrson would need that if he ever comes back again? Of course.
I'm not planning on bringing him back. I'm gonna kill him to preserve his honor. His blood will run across my sword. I'll be with him there in his final hours, listening to his last will and testament.
Okay, then Ptyei'heon, what do you want to do?
I'm sure that should be fine, though there's like a bit of ill for Tyrson. I would much rather not it be me.
Andraste then looks to you, Durotan, and turns to Ptyei'heon. I think this is the best thing we can actually give Baba Yaga. Otherwise, Baba Yaga will most likely cast a very powerful spell, turn us to stone, or worse, once we're gone, Ptyei'heon will be inside a pot.
Do not worry.
Please give him the sword.
Ptyei'heon's eyeballs have special magical attributes if eaten.
I look at
Yeah, I would
Ptyei'heon. I look at Ptyei'heon and just sarcastically say,
Would I be barbecued or steamed? I never had an eyeball.
I will
steamed.
shoot you.
"You just trying to
Okay,
make light of the
Andraste.
situation."
Andraste looks to you, Durotan. Head forward and offer Baba Yaga the sword.
He basically head forward, grabbing the sword, and he just say to her,
I offer you this sword.
he looks at the house, the lady, and he's like,
I offer you this sword, my lady. Free from
And then
me to you.
You see the old lady looks to you. Wow! That is a very interesting gift. You have Soul Eater. Yes. That it is a very powerful weapon you have there. Are you sure you want to part with that?
While holding the sword, I just tell her,
Will this sword kill a dragon?
It could kill a demon, but not a dragon.
Then you have my answer.
and that's when I just toss her the sword and say,
Help us. Help us kill a dragon. And the sword is yours.
Help me kill a dragon? You must be. No, I will give you some advice. And after that, she just takes the sword from you, and then she took a small sack. And then you're just surprised to see that small little pouch is able to fit the whole sword. Then she put it inside.
mm-hmm.
And then you see that the chicken leg started to actually bear over. And then after that, the house actually landed near the wharf itself. Then you see Andraste actually walk in. Baba Yaga, we need your help. Then all three of you actually entered Baba Yaga's house.
Entering is one thing, but leaving is completely another.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's Baba Yaga for crying out loud.
Yes. This is a surprise. And Aab'Shagua in my house. You are a very special delicacy, young girl. But since that you have offered me something even better, I will make sure that your race stay away from the cooking pot. But can you tell me where are they hiding currently so that I can pay a visit?
Sorry, but I don't think I can.
Does not matter. Whatever. I know that you are here because of the dragon. A dragon's meat will taste better with the horn of the blue dragon in my pot and its heart. Ha! I will feast on it for the next 1,000 years. But as you enter, you see Andraste walk over to Baba again and she said, we need a device that could actually take down the dragon. Do you have any ideas of how to actually defeat it? Because I do not think that my spells could take it down. Meanwhile, Ptyei'heon, are you standing on the staircase or are you going inside the house?
I'm going into the house. I keep forgetting to move it.
Okay. I thought you're so terrified that you stay on the staircase.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stay near the door at least.
Lady,
And
you know Andraste said you're the most beautiful and powerful. Please help us.
roll for persuasion.
Okay.
Flattery.
Oh,
Oh my god.
God. When I don't need persuasion, it works. Like, this is my luck, man. This is my luck.
It's like Baba
too bad Tisn's not here.
Baba Yaga looks to you, Durotan. It's like, shit.
True.
You should have seen me 1,000 years ago. I was slimmer, better looking than Andraste. Now she looks up and down Andraste. Her saggy boobs, her tight tights. You should see my tights. I got thunder tights. But I'm too busy now to actually give you the loving of Baba Yaga. Or
Sure, whatever.
She's
I
like,
dread it
It's
very
like,
much.
wait, like, I'm in a complicated relationship with my ex at the moment. And he's like, hug his ex.
then Andraste looks to Baba Yaga again and said, okay, Baba Yaga, we need some help. And it seems that we don't have the necessary stuff to take down the dragon. An ancient one, Aab'Shagua, the ball spawn that died thousands of years ago. And you see Baba Yaga and her eyes actually widen. Aab'Shagua, the storm tempest, the ball spawn. Yes. Killed by heroes of ancient times, now resurrected. Yes, I know about the progress of the cultists. And the sorcerer that raised it up. I think he calls himself Icarus, or Icarus Jahannam. Yes, a long time ago he came to see me. He asked me to actually curse the young prince into a rabbit folk. But
Oh.
now, I'm sure where is that rabbit folk now? Well, too bad that the prince is gone. Otherwise, the humans of the south would not prepare themselves for war with the north, if not because of that. But it is not of our concern, Andraste. Even you yourself, you cannot interfere with human affairs. You have a code that you need to follow, same as mine. Andraste just bowed her head and she looks at Baba Yaga. Yes, me and my sister could not interfere, but I could not stop Aab'Shagua from her own resurrection. Yes, she did come to life, and Aab'Shagua is just flying. What does she call herself now? Abigail? And she chose Aab'Shagua as a terrifying name. That's really stupid. Yes, but we need to take her down, Baba Yaga. Yes. And then she walks over towards Ptyei'heon. She eyes you up and down. You can see Baba Yaga licking her lips.
Hello.
Yeah. Can I look at that thing that you're holding, Ptyei'heon?
Sure, go ahead. It's a design that I based off my father's books.
Your father was an accomplished artificer, an inventor. I would know. I've seen them all. Interesting weapon you have here. Too bad if it was only 10 times larger. Then Aab'Shagua just laughed and said, Andraste, and Durotan. She looks around. Yeah. You need to wait for a while. There is something that I would need. Where is my servant girl? And after she just started to scream, Esmeralda! Esmeralda! Where are you, Esmeralda?
Gasp!
Oh.
Gasp in Mexican! Gasp in all the languages! The heck?
You don't hear anything. That girl! That's what Bayang said. And Andraste said, is that the... wait, when did you have a daughter? Yes, a daughter. Well, it's a long story. You may need to read a very long, complicated background story if you want to know more. But we don't have much time for that because others are waiting. And then she just starts screaming.
Background DLC 5.99.
To unlock this background story, you have to pay $5.99. Then she starts screaming, Esmeralda! As Baba Yaga's voice echoes throughout the woods. Meanwhile,
Esmeralda's taking a sweet time.
is busy enjoying herself next to the sakura tree, the one that actually planted many years ago when she was still big. It's like still a young baby. It's like a young girl. It took her many years to actually nurture this tree, well hidden within the Forgotten Woods, but only the place that she only knows. Esmeralda actually looks at the tree and then prays to it, and then whisper a words of encouragement to the tree itself. And as the tree actually blossomed with woods actually falling down, Esmeralda can actually feel the birds actually singing. You can see many of the animals, the deers, and many of the small critters actually flying around Esmeralda actually as she actually nurtured the tree. Esmeralda almost burst into a song, but it didn't happen. This is not a Disney movie. Then Esmeralda actually heard the voice from Baba Yaga. Esmeralda! Then as she turned, then so Esmeralda quickly turned and thinks that Mother is calling. Okay, Esmeralda, what do you want to do? 2 actions.
Well, I best hurry up and see what Mother wants. I don't want to keep her waiting. Not like last time. with that Arakakra decided to insult her. Still gives shivers down my spine.
Yes, you still remember eating Arakokra meat on the pot, and you just worried that your mother, Baba Yaga, might sing a song called Mother Knows Best, which you do not want to hear through every single time, every time you're late to come home.
Yeah, it takes about 2 days to complete.
Yes. And you quickly rush home. So it's where you are. You leave the tree as where it is. This tree, you felt as if they have some sort of magical capabilities, but you're unsure. The moment this tree started to blossom, where its leaf had started to fall, was a time when you see a blinding flash of light somewhere in the Forgotten Woods. A blinding white flash of light. That was the time when this tree started to actually shed its leaves. But you're unsure what happened. You quickly rush back home, Esmeralda, to actually see what's going on. Then, as you appear, you can see that your mother actually opened the door when you're surprised to actually see three strangers inside. Your mother was never kind to strangers, but when you walk in, you're actually surprised to see an Aab'Shagua actually standing next to the door, and an orc, a muscular-looking orc, and an elf wearing some sort of white gown and white hair, and quite revealing of herself. And you think that this woman have no manners. Like, she should wear more clothes, you think to yourself. But you can see that your
Cover
mother.
up. I can see her ankles.
And you see your mother actually calling you, "Hey, Esmeralda, stop walking around the forest. You might get eaten by wolves." As if the wolf can eat you. Or worse, the humans of Reston might actually see you as an adorable plaything. You have to make sure that you're quiet. You must stay. Your body must not be sacrilege by the humans of Reston, my young one.
Of course, grandmother. They would never find me anyway. And even if I did, and I just waved my hand over my face, and now
Yes.
I appear to be an orcish woman. It's like humans have particular tastes. I just switch to something they dislike, and they leave me be. I turn my head and realize Pantheon there. It's like, oh, do you wish me to prepare supper?
No, no, that's fine.
You see the
Uh-oh.
Aab'Shagua is terrified looking at you. Because the moment you all enter this hut, everybody's magical item is completely dispersed. It's an anti-magic field, except for you and your mother. It does not affect you and your mother, but it does affect everybody else.
They're
And
panicking. What?
you can see the Aab'Shagua's eyes is scared, the sweat coming from eyeballs. But you can see your mother looking at you. I want you to actually find a special item. It's somewhere in the hut, inside the hut. You remember the Arakokra? That, he was quite rude. He actually wanted to sell us something. She looked so untrusty, and the orc and Durotan. Well, I don't really like door-to-door salesmen. So we treat him nicely after that. And he was
Well,
quite young too.
yes, I guess you could say he never tried to sell us anything again. Isn't that right, grandmother?
Yes. Yes. He was actually trying to tell us something about this thing called, what was it? Can you quickly head over towards the hut, Esmeralda? You probably know where it is. Okay, as you head outside the hut, roll for investigation with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Who else want to go and join this young girl, Esmeralda, Ptyei'heon, or Durotan?
Uh,
Well,
Ptyei'heon, do you want to
I
join?
just
Do you wanna join in, or should I? Or both of us should join?
I'd rather. I think I need some fresh air. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Same
I'll
here.
be outside.
Yeah.
May I have the stormbolt back, please?
sorry, just a sec. I was using my Waruay character
Yes,
sheet.
you're using a Waruay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Meanwhile, Waruay was riding, I'm going to investigate the land. Okay,
Yeah, here we are.
alright. Well, that's a natural 20. Okay, you actually go through the remains of the Arakokra, Esmeralda. You just wipe away the small little book that he wanted to sell to you and your mother. But then you see the young girl, like this young girl, this young Aab'Shagua, and the orc actually went outside to find some fresh air. The orc actually did try to actually assist you to look for the item they're looking for. Then when you look at it, Durotan, you also saw this young girl holding that piece of book. When you look at it, Esmeralda, you never really bothered about it because Baba Yaga, your mother Baba Yaga has always been the one dealing with this type of salesperson. And when you
Mhm.
look at the name, for you and Durotan, when you look at the name of that book, it's written there, Siege of War. When you flip through, catapult, siege tower, you have no idea what these things. Ballista, they're like chain ball, cannons.
Hmm.
Who would sell you these kind of things? These things are
Clearly an
useless.
Aarakocra.
Yes. That's the last time the Arapaka ever visit the swamp, you think to yourself. But you rush back to where your mother is and you bring the book back. And then after that, you pass it back to her. And then you see Baba Yaga that looks, I knew that Arakocra was actually good to be true. Huh. Take a look at this, Andraste. What can you make of this? This seems to be showing some sort of crossbow with wheels. It's just like the same thing that young lady over there is holding. You see Andraste looking at the book. She looks at it. Judging by my knowledge. And they're looking at it, and she turns. Durotan, can you make of this? What can you make of this? I don't understand this one. It's like a big spoon on four wheels, a huge crossbow on wheels, some sort of tower. Can you take a look at this? Roll for intelligence.
Okay. In where's my intelligent? Oh, here we are. Oh, thank heavens.
If you fail, you're gonna need Ptyei'heon's help in this one.
Mhm.
When you look at it, those are siege weapons. You heard of them before, but mostly it's the design itself. You've never seen one in action before, but the design itself, it seems to be quite elaborate, quite good. And whoever drew the schematics, the design of it is really superb. You think to yourself, but the design of it is too complicated for you to fully understand. Roll for insight with advantage.
Okay. Here's one. Here's two. Okay, I'll take the 18.
Okay, you think about it. You see from the window Ptyei'heon actually taking this like sort of breath of fresh air at the wharf itself. Then you think that maybe Ptyei'heon will actually know about it.
I immediately call for Ptyei'heon.
Ptyei'heon, could you come here, please?
Yeah?
I got something that might actually be interesting to you.
And that's when he just holds the book page open on the catapult pages, and unlike the pages where there's like a catapult on one page and a ballista on the other, straight to your face so that you don't have to see any of the ugliness around you.
Okay, Durotan work over to you, Ptyei'heon. Shows you a book. Ptyei'heon, when you look at the book, roll for intelligence with advantage.
Alright, I hope this works. Boop. That's
Advantage.
Oh my.
God damn it! Now you.
Whoa! Never happened before, but it happened once. Okay, now, okay, Ptyei'heon, you look at the book. You look at the design. It's complicated. You think to yourself, it's very, very complicated. You know how it works, but there's only one problem. You do not know who can make such a thing. You can make it, but you need somebody with much more expertise with it. But you just don't have the particular set of skills. Roll for insight with advantage.
There we go. Finally.
Okay. You think to yourself, yes, the design you can design something like this. Andraste looks to you. Andraste is like, then she said, Ptyei'heon, can you create a storm bow just like this? 3 times the
Well-
size, 5 times the size, 10 times the size.
The materials are going to be quite expensive, and I don't think I have the amount of expertise in working with bigger designs, so to say.
Then you look at it.
be possible.
You know for a fact there's only one group of people that could actually help with this. The dwarves for the mountains.
Yeah, I think I heard stories about some. Oh, not the stories. I mean, the dwarves might help, but issue is time as well. Though, yeah, I think
Dwarves,
we'll be able to do it. It should be possible.
unrusted things. But this type of material, where can you get this type of material? The Stormborn material. Wait, let me think. Okay,
Well,
Durotan, roll for.
Mhm.
Okay, you roll for either intelligence and insight, and Esmeralda, you can also roll for insight or intelligence.
Either.
Oh, okay.
Wait, for me, intelligent then.
Either one.
Oh, I'll actually do insight. I might get lucky. Yes, I did get lucky. Oh, what's up with all the nat 20s, man?
Okay, all right. Okay, Ptyei'heon, your reroll insight. You know it's a dwarf, and Esmeralda. When they were actually looking at the blueprint, the schematics, when they actually mentioned the dwarf, they are able to actually do it, and even Durotan, you know there are 2 group of dwarf that can help you with this. However, which one is the nearest one to you? You think to yourself. Then, you are now at the Forgotten Woods. Rhin'zey and the others are here. The dwarf that she actually mentioned, I'm going to be putting up the hexes so that you know which one is the furthest, which one is the nearest.
Oh, my map just loaded. Sorry, do
Yeah.
you mind pinging again the locations? Sorry about that.
hasn't showed the locations of dwarves yet, but
Oh, okay.
Okay. There is another group of dwarves. One is at the top of the mountains, not far from Frostwolf, which is the Everwinter Mountains, which is further up, which is about 390 miles, which will be like 14 days of travel. Then the other group of dwarf is at Steelpack Mountains, 18 hex. But it's faster going to Steelpack Mountains by using the boat as compared to climbing the mountains and the dangerous terrains of the mountains. And through the ship, it's faster to actually go through if you take the boat from Vow, which is also 50 hex, but it's faster. Now, Esmeralda and Durotan, both of you know. And Esmeralda know that the dwarf will be able to actually assist with this. Okay, Esmeralda, you first. You can give the suggestion to Durotan and Ptyei'heon.
I'll walk over there with somewhat of a serving dish filled with various little curious foods and a couple of glasses filled with some type of bubbling liquid. And say, here you go. You look parched and hungry. Something that you can nibble on. I couldn't help over here. You were looking for some dwarfs. I happen to know locations where you might be able to find some to help you with your. And I'll point to the book and say, little contraption. There's some that live in the Everwinter Mountains and some in the Steel Peak Mountains as well, towards the west. Are you in much of a rush?
Andraste turns to you, Esmeralda. Oh, yes, very much we're in a rush.
The ones in the west would be faster to get to if you happen to have a boat. Otherwise, if you do not, I would suggest the one up in the mountains to the north.
Kobayaga knocks your head with a wooden spoon. Thunk! Esmeralda, you forgot your geography again. Everwinter Mountains is to the west. Steelpack Mountains is to the east. I think you're trying to say that the fastest route is through the east, using the boat. You can't use a boat to the west unless your boat can fly.
Yes, I forgot, grandmother. It's we really should vacations more sometimes.
Oh yes, we should.
Get out, get some fresh air, see the scenery, see the local wildlife running around in their little cities.
And then, okay, Ptyei'heon first, roleplay, then followed by Durotan.
Whichever is closer, then that should be fine, because we are quite tight on time. Though I don't know if the skills of each groups are, varied, so you might have to fill me in on that part.
Okay. All right, Esmeralda, you know about the ancient blue dragon. You can roll for nature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, actually flew about, but knowing Baba Yaga, she doesn't care. And to you, it doesn't really affect you that much because you don't have a village to begin with. So knowing Baba Yaga, you're just gonna be hopping around in the house and going to the new location somewhere in the world. But you do know that the blue dragon, once it actually devours a number of people, it will go to sleep. Maybe for a month or less, depending. And Andraste also returns to Ptyei'heon. And she said, I believe the dragon. Well, I don't want to have any ill effects for the people of Sizizong, but don't dragons go to sleep after they devour people?
Typically, yes. If they eat enough of them, I suppose. Is there enough people in its path that it could be devoured in order to go to sleep?
Only Durotan knows this. Durotan, how do you respond?
Wait, what do you want me to respond with?
Basically, I
Mhm.
said that the dragon could sleep if it eats enough people, and I asked, is there enough people in its path?
Unfortunately, there is. He's heading for the Tabaxi settlement. And unfortunately,
Then to Frostwolf.
Then to Frostwolf. We have to.
And he's like slams his foot to the ground.
She's always gonna have to be sacrificed for my people to live. Unfortunately. Whatever we do, we have to finish building this weapon so we can kill him.
Okay, Esmeralda, then roll for insight.
Yep.
Ptyei'heon, roll for insight.
Yeah, I'm too preoccupied thinking about the last time I had a lion steak.
Yeah, a Leonin steak meat. Yes. Then the skull of the Leonin is still there on the wall. Yeah. And Ptyei'heon, you think to yourself, once the dragon is done with Shiz's wall, it'll take about a month or more, perhaps. Meaning that Frostwolf has a time limit of a month or less or more to actually evacuate or run away. Then if the dragon couldn't find anybody at Frostwolf, it'll move to the next one, which will probably be either be Onohol, Rexton, or Cinnamon. Meaning that if you travel to either one, which either be Everwinter or Steelpack Mountains, you do perhaps have a time limit of perhaps 1 to 2 months or a month, depending on how fast you and the dwarf could build a contraption that could capture or kill the dragon. How do you roleplay this?
Let me see here. If we have that much of a time, suppose say that the dragon does go to sleep. Will you, Durotan, will your village be able to evacuate in, let's say, a month or two, too long away from the dragon's presence, so to say?
If they get enough warning, yes, they can evacuate, thus preventing the dragon from eating them, and he'll be starved even more.
But aren't there perhaps other towns as well?
There is.
Do you think you're gonna have a mass evacuation within a month of such many towns?
If we send enough people to them to warn them, they could all be evacuated, thus denying the dragon food and sustenance. He'll have no choice but to flee, or to go across the seas. I was hoping we could, since Tyrson deceived us, I was hoping we could somehow lure him back to Vow, so he could feast on his own people as punishment.
Well, God.
Just
Yes,
looking
yes.
at
Baba Yaga said yes. Then Baba Yaga came, yeah. Well, the dragon actually sleep. You can actually create. But without the proper substances, it will go to the next one. So how many people are you willing to sacrifice then, when it moves to Vow? In order for you to do that, you need to talk to it. But does the dragon actually listen to reason? You are unsure. But let's figure out if the dragon is actually willing, or should you actually travel? Andraste, what do you think? Andraste then turns to you, to Durotan, and everybody she just said, Durotan, if you care so much about the people of Frostwood, you should have followed Rhin'zey and the others, and so you can actually warn your people. There's no reason for you to actually follow me and Ptyei'heon the way we're going next. Then Andraste then turns to Esmeralda and then said, you're quite good. I can sense it. Your magical prowess, your intellect, your abilities, perhaps. Are you so willing to actually join us in this trouble? You could actually save the good our trouble. Save the people, perhaps, and lands. And then she turns to Bayaga. Do you care to actually let your daughter actually follow us in this grand adventure? What do you want to do, Esmeralda?
hmm.
No, I'll stay here so that I'll permanently become an NPC.
Um.
Calculus for
Actually,
giving up NPC.
no. I'll jump all into it and say, And I look Andraste up and down, and it's like, sort of insulted by her lack of modesty, and say, I mean, I suppose it could be interesting. I haven't really gotten out much out of the forest. And I turn to grandmother, saying, do you think it would be alright if I, explore with these, creatures for a while?
Roll persuasion.
This is where I find out if she becomes an NPC or a character.
Natural one NPC.
Oh, dang it.
Oh
And-
God, it would be amazing if it was a natural one.
Your mother, Baba Yaga, goes to you. Maybe going out of this house will do you some good. A little bit of fresh air. At least you get to see and meet interesting people. But, my young Esmeralda, you have to be careful of the people, the man of the land. Sometimes they want to poke their stick where it doesn't belong. And if they ever do that to you, you lose your powers.
It's like, yes, I look over Durotan and Andraste, and I say to grandmother, I'm sure as long as I'm with Andraste, they will have their minds on. And I take a pause and look at her and say other things.
Andraste looks to you up and down, and then Andraste said, you don't have to worry, Baba Yaga. Unless Esmeralda doesn't have the assets for it. And then you look at Andraste, you look at yourself, you look at her chest, you look down at your chest, and you realize, yep, you really don't have that much asset.
Hmm.
And I was just like, nope, she doesn't have it.
And also, you see, like, Durotan looks at you, then back to Andraste, and he's like,
Unfortunately, not only she's correct, but I only have my eyes set on protecting beautiful Andraste and making sure she's safe.
I'm here as well, you know.
I mean, he's,
when
he's in love with
when
Andraste.
Pantheon speaks, I look at the other two and say, you allow your food to speak?
Andraste said, this one I allow.
Perhaps there are some things I can learn from you.
And she takes a step back. I am okay.
Yes. And then Baba Yaga goes to you, Esmeralda. Before you go, my dear daughter, here, take this. A flower. You not see a flower with 3 petals in it.
Hmm.
3 simple petals. And then she said, this flower is a special one. If you ever miss me so much, pluck one of those petals and wish for me to be there, and I'll hop there as fast as I can to provide you and perhaps your friends with sustenance.
Thank you, grandmother. I take the flower, and I sort of just tuck it away somewhere.
And then she
It's
said,
like,
remember, do not accidentally pluck those petals or let anybody pluck them. Otherwise, you will lose the capability to actually call me. But I would know if you're in danger or if your life is lost. But does not worry. Your soul will always be mine.
I say, good point. I'll take the flower back out, and I will open my book and place it in my book, and I'll pat it and say, in that case, then Herbert will protect the flower fin.
They say yes. Then Rusted turns. And we don't have much time. Then she turns to Durotan. Durotan, it's your choice now. Either you follow us towards Steelpack Mountains to meet the dwarves. First, we need to travel to Vow to get a boat. I would need to speak to Petra. She will understand the situation. But for you, what's your choice, Durotan?
He's like thinking a bit carefully about this and looks at Andraste and say to her,
Do you need Ptyei'heon's assistance for building such contraption?
I feel like
But how about the people of your village? They need to be warned. But with the dragon flying overhead and the smoke coming from the village of Sizor, I think they'll probably get the hit.
I just hope that they can run away. But at the same time, I'm just hoping we can hurry this. Too bad we can't do anything about it.
Andraste, they ask you a question, Durotan. But are the people of Frostwolf as idiotic as you, or they're smarter?
No, they're actually
Well,
much smarter. They will see the danger and they will flee.
That's good. Then you can follow me then towards Steelpack Mountains and see the dwarves. And hopefully the people of your village will be smart enough to run away.
mm-hmm.
And then Rusted then turns to Baba Yaga. She bows her head. I'll be seeing you around, old hag. And Baba Yaga responds, stop showing off your saggy boobs.
Waruay, I hear a weird sound coming from you.
Oh, sorry, it's my fan. There, I moved it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gone?
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. Before we go, I run up and I give a grandmother a hug and say, thank you, grandmother. Now, you make sure you take your medicine. We don't want to repeat it last time. And if you need me, call me and I'll come back.
Yes. You will see your petals be automatically be called, and you'll be instantly be teleported here.
As I leave, I wave and say, bye, grandmother. Bye.
Don't be naughty now, Esmeralda, and be well.
I put my hand over my mouth and just giggle as I walk out.
It's like, yes, all the men. It's like SEGGS.
Oh my god.
And then they F. You're like thinking to yourself, is he alive? And my grandmother's telling me. It's like people talking their sticks. Okay, Durotan and Ptyei'heon, what do you want to do? Esmeralda left.
I just simply follow them both, and just making sure that my beloved Andraste is safe.
Beloved.
Okay. She have not acknowledged you as beloved yet.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
hey, with Tyrson's gone, there's only me around. No competition whatsoever.
true story. Yeah, true story. Correct. Okay, Ptyei'heon, what do you want to do?
She bows quickly, like, "Thank you so much for having me. Goodbye," and she runs out the door.
Yeah, you don't want to be the last one in there.
Yeah,
They
no,
walk
I was
slowly
gonna try to
towards you.
say, but
Okay, Ptyei'heon, what do you do? You run the door, slam the door behind you.
yeah, I run out.
Okay, you run out. Okay, you run out. Then Andraste, Esmeralda, Durotan, and Ptyei'heon, the four of you actually head towards the tower to to actually take whatever belongings you can take from the cart. Because there are two horses has been taken away, has been actually been untied by perhaps Rhin'zey and Bayang, leaving only the cart. You took whatever you can for the travel and head towards Vow. Meanwhile, Tyrson, the cause of the situation. You see yourself within the void, Tyrson, caged between two. You can see the blue dragon Aab'Shagua on the other side, and you on the other. You see the dragon banging on the cage, trying to actually enter the surrounding area of where you are. You realize that you are completely naked. You're unable to escape.
Oh wow.
You're unable to move. But you can see Aab'Shagua looking at you. Puny mortal, what are you doing? You and I are one and the same. You and I are stuck within here in the void, little mouse. If I can break these chains and this cage to enter where you are, I will devour your bones and I will take over the soul that binds me. But you refuse to let me destroy the rest of the village. You refuse to let me destroy Vow, and yet you intend for me to fly towards Zor and eat a bunch of Leonin and tabaxis. You and I cannot escape this void. You and I are bound. You die, I die. I die, you die. This is just a game.
I turned around and said, "I'm already dead. How can I die again?"
You are not dead, Tyrson Bjorn.
Well,
You are not. If you are dead, then I would not be flying overhead heading towards Zone. And yet I'm here talking to you.
in
Are
a
you
cage.
that daft? Are you that daft? Or you an idiot? Dipping your hand into the bowl when the color cultists had tell you to do so. You would have raised your sword and attacked them, and yet we are entrapped here forever. You and I.
Yep.
So
And
I have no control, it tells you. You notice Aab'Shagua tells you. I have no control over this body, and neither do you.
yep.
Do you know? But the dragon looks at you and he said, do you know that we are being used? We
Oh
are being
yeah,
controlled.
most definitely. I realized that when I put my hand in the bowl. And so it's a little bit strange and funny. I'm talking to a big evil dragon, and in between there's a cage we're both in, and I know your followers. If you die again, they'll just resurrect you and inhabit another body and be controlled again, like a pawn in a chess set. So I know we have completely is a bit different, and I don't want you to gain the full control, but I can give you something more. Internal life in me. It's not me giving up my control of myself. It's giving you an option you can work with inside of me.
Roll for persuasion with disadvantage -5.
Yep.
Yeah, that dragon has no idea what it just got itself into.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not locked in. It's not locked in there with Tyrson. Yeah.
yeah.
Tyrson locked in with him.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing. Like the dragon thinks, hey, Tyrson is locked in here. I'm here locked in with Tyrson. Good, I'll eat him. It's the other way around. Tyrson is locked in there with you.
With the ability to talk for eternity.
Okay. When you said that, you can see Aab'Shagua looks at you and said, "You said that I have followers. I do not have any. I do not request for any followers. I was summoned here from the depths of Arbos itself." Guys, remove the cards, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's taking my screen up.
yeah. I don't know who brought the card in, but can you please remove them? Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Aab'Shagua actually looks. I was summoned here beyond my means. My soul was yet to be reincarnated by the great dragon god themselves, yet to be called by many, and yet I've been summoned. And the moment you dip your silly little fingers inside that bowl, you grabbed that what little soul that was left. And I was told that you has been summoned. And yet you're there being used by the priests. You think your words could charm me and the others you gladly have mistaken, Tyrson. I do not need you. Neither do you need me. But the dragon that flies now over the lands is neither I, and neither do you. We are just a vessel. We are just a soul combined within each other.
Yeah.
We are just the soul that binds the greater body together. The one that will destroy the lands will not be me. I am just a pawn being used, as what you said. But you are also being used by the cult as we speak. Within this void, time does not move. I could live here for 1,000,000 years, and so will you.
Almost definitely.
While others perish, you will still be around. The world moves, you will still be around. But once this cage is broken, you have no chance against me. I will devour you and take over the physical body that is mine. You have no power with me, young Tyrson. A Dhampir such as yourself have no power. If only you were a pure vampire, you would most likely gain my powers instead. But I've seen into your soul, Tyrson. You were left by your father as a child. Your father see you as the pathetic, useless child that he never wanted to bear. There was another that he sees more important, more potent than you. You are just an impotent Dhampir that needs to be cast off.
Well, I'm glad these cage is caging both of us, because if this cage is not caging me, I will most definitely devour you. But because I am so hungry, do you feel hungry? Because you're a glorious blue dragon.
Roll for insight. Roll for insight, Tyrson, with advantage +5.
Persuasion, not insight.
Insight,
okay.
insight,
Oh,
Insight.
okay.
Insight. Yeah, yeah.
Insight. So
Yeah.
one more insight. That's a 19.
Okay. When you said you're hungry, actually you don't feel hungry. Actually, you don't even feel hungry at all. You don't feel tired. You don't feel hungry. You don't feel sleepy. You feel nothing. It's like within the void. And then when you actually told him that you feel hungry, the dragon actually replied that we don't actually feel hunger here, or even tiredness, or even restlessness. The only thing you feel is pain once it's being inflicted upon you and I. That'll be the only thing. But if the priests or the cultists decided to morph my body into your image, then you have the power of a blue dragon, but you have no control over yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. And they will do what they are doing to you, violating you. Because you and me are wonderful specimens to be free. I'm peering trees. I'm vanity right now. And so I think at this moment we should work together of communicating, fighting against who's controlling each other, and deciding then after we have control, we'll discuss terms. What do you think?
Roll for persuasion, disadvantage -5.
Uh, 15.
The dragon are like, look,
God.
work together with you. You know.
On my screen, it comes up 20.
Yeah,
It's minus.
yeah.
-5. It's 15.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No. It's okay.
It's advantage, not disadvantage.
Oh, advantage. Shit. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. So
You always have disadvantage -5
Okay.
against this guy.
if it's
Until
minus
you
5, yes.
until
15.
you use the I'm waiting for the proper words to come from
Oh,
you.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you need
And
to learn the word please.
Please.
the dragon then looks to you, Tyrson, and said, "Yeah, I would not help versus one that foolishly dipped their hand into a pool, saying that they are the summoned one. I will lose my life able to work with you. I'd rather work with somebody else. Somebody much more intelligent and wise. It was not supposed to be you, Tyrson. They're supposed to be here. The cultists actually promised somebody else. Another dragon.
And they didn't deliver. And now you stuck with me. You can't just throw me away like garbage. Like you said before, I'm part of you. If I die, you die. So I think both of us please need to cooperate somewhat to get this tight situation out of the situation. But by the way, I haven't know your name. I know you're a blue dragon, but I don't know your name. You came to my dreams, and may I ask what is your wonderful name?
Roll for persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, -5.
Oh,
Okay. You know me as Aab'Shagua, and that what is you're going to call me from here on out. I'm going to lie down here and take a nap until the cult returns through that portal behind you. Once they do, There's nothing that you could do. You have no power here, Tyrson.
I turn around and say, so this portal pointing to that, they're going to come through that, right?
Yes, like they always do.
They always do. What do you mean, always do?
You see the dragon just laugh. You will find out sooner or later. Then you see the dragon actually turns around and curls and then took a nap. While you nap,
I'm just gonna-
you look around.
I'm just talking to. He's like, hey, don't go to sleep.
Roll for intimidation with disadvantage. -5.
You just keep yelling at her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just ignores you. Just like, he just ignores you.
Yeah.
He just sleep. He just sleeps and ignores. Just like the dragon, like just sleep. You need. Okay, Tyrson, I give you 2 actions because the dragon is sleeping. It's ignoring you. What do you want to do?
Can I do Arcana to see what's the barrier in the portal? What's its pretty much? I think I want to find out is the portal? Can I use the portal or the cage I am in as a advantage of what I can do for later on?
Okay, let's roll for Arcana on the portal first. When you
Yeah.
touch the metal bar, it feels like a metal bar.
12. Yeah, it's just a metal bar. Okay. I'm gonna it's like okay. I'm going to I would say, can I do a history of reading any of the books of my training of when you get possessed by a cult?
Okay, probably no such thing. Okay,
yeah,
roll for lore with disadvantage -5. Okay,
lore.
you don't have a library here. Okay, so you try to think about it. Just
Is it
roll for
history?
it. Lore disadvantage. History with disadvantage -5.
Oh yeah.
You just so happen to read someone having to go for the exact same thing that you're going through right now.
Nope.
Oh no.
You won't be asking for that question anymore. Whether you know anything about being possessed. You were never the historian type or the reading type. But even though when your mother was teaching you read, you're like yeah.
That's by a dragon for dummies.
Okay, and then, but the portal itself, you notice that it's very liquidish. But when you try to touch it, you can see it's very liquidish. When you try to push your hand through it, you cannot. You cannot even enter it. But you can. Then you turn, you see the dragon, which is actually taking a nap. You're trying to remember. You're trying to think about any cultist and how does it possess. You don't remember much. The only thing you remember was a flashback of you're a little child, not even bothering reading books. So, stuck here, bothered be while thinking of what to do. But meanwhile, Bayang, Rhin'zey, and also Waruay, Rhin'zey, and Bayang actually took the horse, leaving the cart behind. All 3 of you actually rode as fast as you can, trying to actually bring.
There is another
horse.
There is another horse here, stuck in somebody's horse's butt.
Oh my god! Yeah, and there's another person there as well.
Oh, damn it! It's bring in reverse. Okay, gone. We surprised us Waruay. Okay.
Surprise
Yeah,
butt sack.
Yeah. Now there are 2 of them. This is getting out of hand.
Yes. Right. Okay, Bayang and Rhin'zey, Waruay. Roll for animal handling.
Kuduk, 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 kuduk.
Rhin'zey.
What's
Roll
the
one.
thing right at the Valkyrie?
Rhin'zey.
Animal handling. It's second from the top on your skill list.
Rhin'zey.
Rhin'zey.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Roll animal.
Oh, yeah,
roll animal handling, and also stop muting the mic and concentrate on our game. Beloved warrior.
Okay, sorry.
I want to wait for you.
Roll animal handling.
Mm-hmm. You're on.
Second from the top.
I think I know what would make Rhin'zey focus more on the game. Let's do a combat. But there's only 3 of you guys, so holy moly. Okay.
Oh god, man.
Alright. Rhin'zey, being a Leonin, never rode another horse before. And tumbled on the hard ground together with the horse. And hurting him in the process due to the number of speed. Okay, Rhin'zey, roll. You're gonna be very injured even when before you even reach seasons. Well, roll 5d6 bludgeoning damage to yourself. Or it could be slashing damage because of the rocks.
Do a mix of both, like half and half.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright. Here, Rhin'zey. You eat dirt together with the horse. Okay, I want you to roll a con save for yourself and also roll a con save again for the horse. The horse only have a +1 and +2 bonus to his con.
One side, okay.
First for yourself, then the horse.
For me, successful,
Okay,
and for the horse, damn.
Ooh.
Not so successful.
Hey, at least
The horse-
At least you landed on
The
your
horse
feet.
fell hard, and then after that, the horse actually broke its leg and its neck, and then
Oh,
after that,
shit.
it couldn't move anymore. It's like it's dying, and you don't have any more horse. The only horse left, Bayang and Waruay actually stopped to see what actually happened. Rhin'zey is actually face first on the dirt. The horse actually broke his leg. Nothing can be done. Okay,
So the horse
Bayang
is
and
dead,
Waruay.
right? The horse
Dying.
is just dead. It's dying.
Mhm.
At this point, would trying to heal it be healing it? Will it heal its bones, or basically just cause it more agony at this point?
You can actually heal his bone. Healing actually works both ways, either for animals and for you.
Okay. Yeah, since we're running, I will go over and see what happened, and I will attempt to heal the horse with cure wounds.
Wait, so did I actually take damage?
Of course, you take 13 HP damage
Yeah, but why did I roll Constitution save?
to see whether you
help
stay
the neck.
conscious. Yes.
Yeah, there we are.
Alright. Okay, you heal 7 HP. On the horse, the
Yeah.
horse actually, you did actually repair its broken bones. You did actually try to get up. You do see his bruise and everything, but you doubt that it can run as fast as it can.
Okay. I look to the others and say that this horse probably isn't going to be able to run as what it was used to be. It's like, can you use 2 share a horse? Or do you just want to swap horses? Maybe a lighter load might be better for it.
And it's so insensitive, implying that the dwarf is lighter when the fact he's fatter.
Yeah, it's all pure muscle.
Okay. Alright, Bayang, do you want to switch horses?
No, because it will affect my performance.
Okay. Like, no.
Okay, to make it better, as you are down, you ask to we role play a bit. You ask to what? You ask me first as a Leonis first.
Yes.
Oh,
Please,
okay.
have a role play.
Yeah, roleplay it.
Well, am I on the ground at the moment?
Yes.
Assume.
Okay.
Yeah, Asumo stopped.
Okay, so I'm what do you call it? Breathing like really hard. I don't know, inhaling and exhaling. But also with emotion. It's like I'm hurt, but it doesn't feel like it's hurt because my heart is more hurt than my body. Like I need to get to Shiz as well. I need to get to Shiz as well. I really need to get there. And this horse can't carry me anymore.
Emotional.
What do I do?
are.
Well, I'm not actually talking to him. I'm just on the ground and I'm almost crying, really, but just really depressed. And like I say, you're right there, and you hear me feeling sorry for myself in this way. And I guess you can respond to me whilst I'm doing this, whilst I'm just in a zone of my own, in deep sadness.
And
My
Bayang
city.
Bayang faced to Huawei. What is the option we have now? We can
Oh.
continue using the horse. I doubt there's any different even if we exchange the horse.
It's like, well, perhaps if the I'm trying to like heal the horse, I'm probably pop on guidance onto the horse as well, like just trying to do what I can for the whole thing, and say, if he continues on this, his speed's going to be slower, unless we go on without him and try to warn others. Otherwise, we might not get there in time. All I can think is perhaps with the lighter load, the horse might be able to pick up some speed. Otherwise, with what Rhin'zey would be putting on it.
What are you suggesting? We swap horses?
Yes, essentially. I like look at both of them, and I say, I'm assuming, because you're twice the size of us, you're probably going to be a lot heavier. So maybe swapping between yous, it's the better option. I mean, you can't ride Luna. You're too heavy. You can't ride the current horse, so the only horse that's left is the one that Bayang is using.
Well, if it's the only option, then, whatever way is quicker, but at the same time, if you require payment to swap horses, if that is a requirement, then look, my village comes first to me, and I need to get there as soon as possible.
I say, are you fine with that, Bayang? Are you fine with that? Bayang?
Bayang across his arm, then like disputing because it will affect his time and his work. Then he looked at Huawei. Do you think that is a very... He want a final confirmation.
Unless we leave someone behind, unless we leave him behind and he catches up. But I think it would be better if we stick together. I mean, if you don't want to swap the horse, then that's fine. Then
no, he don't mind swapping the horse. I don't mind swapping the horse. I feel like there's no difference. As he get down the horse and change, you can ride the other horse. Talk to it and tend to it as he getting on.
Okay, this is done.
Alright, so I guess we swap horses.
I'd say, with the less weight, it would be a lot better for the horse. And I turned to Rhin'zey, head over. I looked at Bjorn. It's like, Bjorn, give your backpack to Rhin'zey. That will be less weight that the injured horse will need to be carried again. That should compensate, increase its speed somewhat. I just realized that I just happened to be in the party with the strong silent types.
Yes.
No,
I was like waiting.
My boss is talking with me. My boss is talking with me.
Oh, no wonder. Okay.
I'll take the backpack and I'll get on the horse and I ride off because my heart is just in a really state of urgency. So I just ride off. I get on the horse and I'm like, this is all. And then I just go off. Go!
I will jump on my wolf, but before I do, I'll try to put guidance on the horse one more last time. And I'm hoping that will give it just a bit more strength than it needs to carry on.
Okay, alright. Okay, they actually like right as fast as you can. Okay, roll for animal handling again. And I will go to a guidance. I roll with a bonus.
Me? Okay.
Wait, so who's riding the injured one? That would be Bayang, right?
Bayang, yes, Bayang.
Yeah. Oh god,
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I have
Are you
emergency call.
serious?
you just killed the other horse as well.
Holy moly! Okay,
Stop
I think
breaking everything.
it's like giddy up.
Giddy up beats the horse down the head.
You know, you just whack the horse on the head with your sword. Yeah, and like just chop it heads off.
Oops, wrong side.
Wrong end. Oh,
Oh, that's good.
Oh, me roll again or someone else roll again?
No, you don't roll again. It's just that it's not a natural one, but it's just that the horse probably terrified, looking at you, trying to actually like ride it, and then it's like it doesn't have the confidence to actually ride it as fast as you actually wanted it to. But the horse did actually gallop as fast as it can. That's about it.
Really horsing, though.
am I able to like slow down and go next to him and try to like calm the horse to try and give him a
Bro,
bonus?
Mhm. Riding next to the horse, trying to give a bonus. I'm not too sure whether you can to give it some sort of word for encouragement, like you can do it, because you already used up your amulet, so you
Yeah.
have to wait the next day. The animal handling, you have to see how many hexes you can actually move later.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
While you all were busy trying to actually ride the horse as fast as you can towards Shizuo. But meanwhile, another particular adventurer or adventurers was actually having a nightmare, dreaming of a blue dragon
Oh no. Not this
burning
again.
the town of what seems to be filled with tabaxis and Leonin. Then the dream actually changed to a number of orcs like running to safety, hiding inside their caves. And the dream then changed to humans actually banding together, fighting this dragon, only to see them electrocuted to death. Then lastly, the dream then changed to a city town, a city, like a village near the ocean itself. And you see houses being electrocuted, being destroyed one by one. And one particular woman with red hair stopping the dragon in its track, trying to talk to it as the dragon was about to devour this beautiful young woman with red hair. Then this girl, Astrid, you woke up from your nightmare, all sweaty, with a woman hugging you as you woke. Apparently, the wife of the elder, Wellen, next to you. She woke up. The elvish lady, the Dalish lady, Elish, she woke up, quickly changed and dressed. And then you woke up to actually see the village itself. You can see the campsite, and you see one particular dwarf actually looking at you. The dwarf with his beard, with his axe on his shoulder, looking at you. And you know him as Zachariah. And Zachariah then turns to you and he said, "Another nightmare waking you up, lass." Okay, Alan, please take over your old character.
why you had to involve him? Yes. Okay,
Okay,
he come over.
Zachariah, you and your old companions, Vadu Brelock, Lena Arfais, and even Christopher, joined the Dalish elf to actually lead them towards the village of Val. You have actually made camp for all these elders, for the elder Wellen. The elder Wellen has been an old friend to you and the others. And you made camp that night. But the moment you actually turn your head, at the moment you actually make the campsite, you see the young Dhampir, Astrid, coming out from a tent. And you can see another elf, which is the wife of the elder, actually rushing up from her tent. Well, you must be thinking that Astrid have a nightmare, you think to yourself. But just to tell you, Alan, your character is level 5. Okay, so you please roll for insight. Okay, you must be thinking, okay, Astrid perhaps needs some companionship last night. That's the reason why Alish, the elder's wife, actually wanted to actually keep her company. But you don't think much. You actually prepared the breakfast for the others. But what surprises you, Zachariah and Astrid? Roll for wisdom saving throw. Astrid and Zachariah.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, sorry. My partner just came in.
All right.
It's just loading.
Zachariah, you are surprised to actually see a dragon actually flew past you, overhead, past the mountains, through the forest, which actually woke everybody up from within the camp. You can see Vadu Greylock actually waking up, together with Lena R5.
That's a surprise, very big surprise.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see Vadu Greylock actually woke up. And let me see. Okay. All right. Kade, do you want to take control of Vadu Greylock temporarily? Lena R5 actually woke up.
What happened? What happened? I know! Whoa! What the hell happened? I know I have a lot to drink last night, but damn, that's a big one!
Lena R5
We
looks
have
up.
a big one out there now.
Lena R5 looks up. That's a blue dragon. Flying
That's
close
a
to
what now? That's a what now?
because it already flew past you very fast, you don't have to roll for wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's
He
like,
actually
it's
terrified.
like I'm making him super drunk right now. So it's like what?
Vadu, you were actually sleeping together with Lena R5, the halfling cleric. And then it's like you were so drunk that she was actually taking care of you. And so you actually saw the dragon actually flew past. Then you see the village elder and the wife, they're coming out from their tent. And then looks around and then after that said, "What was that?" "There was a dragon, my lord," one of the elves actually then said from guarding the tent. Then the dragon's sound and his wail and his screams actually woke even you up, Christopher, like down at the tent itself, guarding the place, leading the people of the Dalish elves towards Wow. You can see a number of the elves actually was terrified to actually see the dragon. Then Zachariah and Vadu Greylock and Alina R5, Christopher. You can see that the elder Wallon actually then turns. Okay. Then Astrid. The dream that you had, the nightmare that you had was actually caused by the blue dragon. You see the dreams. You know where the dragon is actually heading. And you can see the elder actually that's screaming and said, "The dragon seems to be flying towards Susie's soul." Which, to surprise of Lena, Vadu, and Zachariah. Okay, Astrid, you heard the elder actually screaming out. You do know that Alish, the elf wife of Wellen, actually kept you company that night. What do you want to do? You see the other heroes, Lena, Vadu, Zachariah, actually protecting this camp. They are also one of your companions, which you actually met throughout your journey. We're supposed to be heading to Bao. But you notice that they're actually heading towards Susie's Road, judging by the flight distance.
I get some name as the dragon flies by. Nothing bothers me at all. Seeing a blue dragon flying around. The dream, the shadows are coming true. Well, better than late than never. Then I go back inside. down my sword, put my clothes back on, and I say to the Dalish, I have to go now. I'll hopefully be back, but I am not sure.
Try moving your character. I just want to see whether you can. Okay. Right. Then you better move towards the elder, though. Don't stay in the tent.
Yeah. Yep, I can't stay with you anymore. I have other means somewhere else.
Lina R5, the elfin cleric, looks to you, Astrid, and then she said, Are you going anywhere, Astrid? She actually asked. The dragons doesn't seem to feed you or anything. Is something wrong? You look like you never sweat this much before. I mean, I know you're a Dhampir and stuff, and you don't suck blood. That's a good thing. And, well, is there something bothering you? She asked you.
I think my elder brother is in trouble.
She gasped the moment you said brother. You have a brother?
I have several brothers.
Liana, you have me. You have me. Remember that?
I know I have you, but he is my blood and flesh from the same mother. I touched.
I was I was actually referring to Iliana, not you.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm referring to you. I have to go and play. I actually play with your hair. Smells delightful.
Okay, wait before that. Christopher, you woke up from your camp. When you look up, you saw a dragon flying towards Shizuo. What do you want to do? Okay, now it's Aizen's turn to be muted.
Okay.
Be right back. Be right back.
I'm here.
What do you want to do?
As who? Durotan? Or who?
No.
Oh, okay.
Someone is dreaming.
Oh, okay. No, it's been a while. Okay, he basically, do I have to roll anything since the dragon had passed, or was too quick for me?
No, you don't have to roll anything.
I basically walk to the gathering and just say,
We have to warn the people of Shizuo.
Yes,
One.
I think.
Lina Arvice looks at you, but we also have to bring the elder to vow.
We'll split into two. I'll go to Shizuo with whomever wish to accompany me, and the rest of you will keep heading to Vow. I'll see you in Vow. You have to complete the journey. Me and this beautiful friend here, whom I have yet to learn her name, will head to Shizuo.
No, you know her. You know her. You adventured with her.
Oh, okay.
Astrid.
Oh, okay.
You know Astrid.
Yeah.
You know Astrid as a Dhampir.
Mhm.
You know that she's a shadow sorcerer.
Yep.
And she's been a great help throughout the whole adventure that you had with her.
Oh, okay, got it.
I look at him as like a disdain stain on my foot. Yes. I think there's more into play here. I think the camp should stay far away for now.
They will head to Vow as planned. You and I will head to Shizuo to warn them. We owe this much to anybody who's in the dragon's way. And also, Astrid, don't patronize me with that look. I'm not a bug. You do know my adoptive parents were... They were the infamous Belmont family, as in the ones that kept your kind at bay.
Blah, blah, blah. Lina Arvice interrupted and said, Enough with your background story, Christopher. We've heard it all over for the past many years.
I can't even recall it in my dream.
Yes. Lina Arvice and looks. Okay, Astrid, you look at Lina Arvice. Lina Arvice is the leader of the group. She's always been leading the group for properly making sure everybody stays alive for a very long time. And she looks to you and said, Astrid, if you have to go, I will be sad to see you go, but stay safe and stay alive. I will not be there with you. I don't sense another further ahead. But then she turns to Vadu. Vadu, you and I will have
Yes,
to
my
vow. Yes, I know. She said you don't have to scream it out every single time. Okay, I'm trying to roleplay as Zaf here as good as possible. Then she looks,
I know.
and Lanilan and turns. Zakaria is like, I know we have to head back either towards Bao, and then we have to take the boat to sail towards the mountains of Steelpack, where your people lives. And wait, I am not too sure, but do you want to follow? Do you want to follow Christopher Nastrid, or do you want to follow us? You do have to remember, though, in R5 said, you may have to control two characters. You stroke your beard. Once
I
a
know.
rule.
Zachariah stroke his beard.
You know the Chinese war god Guan Yu.
Badu,
Deliver,
good luck to
deliver.
you.
But do we really have to attend to the dragon? Ho ho ho.
Yes, it's up to you. My way is set, but you need to follow my lead. There will be confusion, and they don't understand. I am telling you some of what's happening, but I think my brother done something really stupid or really intelligent for a change. I'm just not sure what.
Stupidity runs in the family.
Zakaria looks to you. Your brother. Well, is he as hot as you? He thinks that. But then again,
What?
yeah, look what you do.
No,
Zakaria's gay, right?
We shall proceed with. I proceed with Lina. I will follow Lina.
In your background story, Zakaria's gay, right? You see?
Oh, did I?
Oh, okay, sorry. Different dwarf. Oh yeah, different dwarf.
That was another
No,
dwarf.
that's the dwarf that Zaf controlled previously.
Oh yeah. That dwarf.
Not
the gay
this dwarf. Not this dwarf.
Okay.
That dwarf was Warhammer.
Okay. all right. Okay, continue.
Since we've been together for so long, might as well just stick with the team. In that case, let's inform everyone and pack up and move.
Yeah.
Move away, Zakaria, to Cizizo or Val, because they're leading this group of elves towards Val.
No, he only follow where the team going where.
Lina R5 and Badu Greylock, we're heading to Val. And Christopher and Aiden is actually heading towards Cizizo. Astrid is heading towards Cizizo. What do you do?
You really like to give me make decision, huh?
Okay. Doesn't matter though. If you go head to Val, you will still join Durotan and the others. Even if you head to Cizizo, then you have two characters to control.
Actually, both also equally bad. Yan going where already? Yours?
Wow.
Me, I follow wherever Liana goes.
Yes.
I think we
Greylock
follow
is
Liana
like-
because Liana is the leader of the group.
Wait, does
Yes.
that include going to
Alive!
Wait, does that include going to the bathroom? Just kidding.
No.
Well, if she goes to the bathroom, I shall follow her to wherever she goes.
Oh god. It must be really awkward, man.
Yes.
What's so awkward? You just look up in your bathroom, got two eyes shining looking at you, that's all.
You know the cat. You know the cat when you go to the toilet and then they follow you to the toilet. I'm literally the cat.
Oh god, man.
Just looking at you in your nightmares.
Oh god, do you try to climb into the pants fan when they pull down
Yeah.
and they're sitting on the toilet?
Too bad you created her as a sorcerer, not as a druid shapeshifter. Otherwise, you can just transform into
Oh
a
god.
cat. Just do it.
The elder walks towards you, Astrid, and he said, Well, it's a pity that you have to leave Astrid. We will actually require your assistance to actually head to Vow and then have some sort of discussion with the leaders of Vow. I believe you as your mother mistaken that you have not seen for years. But if
I
you
think
feel that you need to save Citizens or trying to
yes.
evacuate these people against a dragon, then it is your destiny.
I think if you won't see my mother, probably my sister, my eldest sister, should be there.
Mm.
Depends who's actually running the joint. I really don't know.
Yes. But good luck on your journey, Astrid.
Thank you.
Then you see the wife actually like walk over to you, then give you a big hug, and then after that, the elder
I
Wellen actually said, "My wife has always been so fond of you, Astrid. Maybe she sees you like a sister or something." She just like hugs Alice. She hugs you.
he,
Then she just say a word. Then after that, she just like move back, and that's it.
as she moved back. I'll see you soon.
And that's one weird uniforms for traveling.
Alright. So are you ready? We gotta run light because there's a lot of stuff between now and Caesar. So
I'm as ready as
try to
hell.
keep up.
I'm as.
Wellen looks to you, Christopher, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Both you and Astrid can take the horse. They will make your journey faster. And don't worry, we will manage with what we have. We can carry you, and probably leave behind the stuff that we need to leave the camp. And we'll head towards Vow. But in order to be safe, we'll head towards Frostwolf first, then to Siliphead, then lastly to Vow."
Take care of yourself, my friend, and trust me, I will take care of the horses themselves. As soon as we reach closer to Shizuzo, I'll beckon the horses to come back to you.
No, take the horse as a gift, Christopher. You have been such a good help all these years, old friend.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. The rest of you, my brothers and sisters, the elves, take care of each other. There's a few of us left in this world.
Then R5 walks to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do anything stupid, Christopher.
Don't worry about me.
It's okay, Liara. We don't need him. You only need me.
Don't worry about me. Stupidity is
I-
not in my dictionary.
I need you to, my little friend.
Oh my.
He's the one that makes us fall off the cliff for one time.
Yeah, I know R5 and just walk away. But like then Zachariah, it's like you actually follow Lina R5 and run relock towards Vow, leaving Suffer to his fate.
Sounds so bad, I.
Well, this is in other words inverted comma backup characters, just in case. Okay. Alright,
Unless-
okay, now to the world map. Because each of you guys have to move different hexes at different times.
Unless the backup characters get there and they die as well.
Oh god, man. I haven't got the chance to play Christopher. He has
And a new chapter starts. And then the dragon lived happily ever after.
Mhm.
The end.
With a full belly.
Yes.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, on the boats of Erebus, it's like the ferry masters like see all your characters on one boat. So how do you die? There's like one burn, one chopped to pieces, and so on.
Yeah, one was melted in stomach acid.
Yes. Okay. Now this Rhin'zey will be controlling his token. Okay, he'll be moving. This is Durotan, Ptyei'heon, and the others. And this is Astrid and Christopher. They're horses. Okay,
Go.
right. Okay, now gonna be rolling. Okay, Ptyei'heon, you need to roll because first you need to head to Vow. Vow is not that far from where you are.
So what are you roll? Hello?
Okay, 5 hexes, so just like 5 days of travel. Okay, we need to actually roll for survival. I'll be rolling for the others also. I'll be rolling for Durotan.
So just roll once or
Just roll once.
okay. Survival. Oh no. It's alright.
Okay, good.
That's pretty
Okay,
good.
it's a good roll. It's a good roll. Lower than that, then it's like slower. Wow, the character sheet is opening very slow for Durotan.
Does Esmeralda need to roll anything, or he's good?
Yeah, Esmeralda also need to roll.
Oh, okay.
Either nature or survival.
Do I need to roll for Astrid?
No, wait.
No, not
sorry.
yet, not yet. One by one. One
Okay,
by one.
okay, so okay, yeah.
Not that
Okay.
roll. I accidentally hit my Waruay sheet. Survival or I'll just hit survival. Oh god.
Okay, well, this is for Esmeralda's first time heading out, so it's understandable. But as promised by the wolf will not do anything. Okay, move 2 hexes because of Durotan. I already moved. Okay, now for Bayang and Waruay and Rhin'zey. Okay, roll for nature or survival. If your survival is more than the actual DC, you move 3 hexes. Only those on foot 2 hexes.
Survival or nature, yeah?
Yep. Okay, Waruay 19. Okay, not too sure whether it's actually Zakaria or Bayang. Okay.
Got a name there. Got name down there.
Oh yeah. Okay, got your name. Yep, I saw it. Okay, because of Bayang's
Both are
Bayang's
also dwarf. Both are also dwarf. That's the thing.
yes, yeah, because of Bayang's name. Bayang's natural abilities and actually knowing the lands itself, it actually bleeds Waruay and Rhin'zey through the lands. Okay, Rhin'zey, move your token 4 squares, 4 hexes. Okay. Right, 4 hexes, yeah, already moved. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now is going to be, I'm not going to be rolling for Christopher. I don't want to open up his character sheet. Okay, now is Astrid. Roll
Yep.
for survival.
Yep. Any minute now. Any minute now.
Okay, move 2 hexes.
Yep.
Yeah, she was a little concerned about crossing running water there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the river. But it's okay, can go through. Probably find a way to actually avoid it and so on. Okay, survival. No, once. Okay, now is Esmeralda and also Ptyei'heon.
Yep.
Roll for survival or nature.
Oh, in that case, I'll go nature.
Survival or nature? Yeah, I think I'd go with nature. God damn.
No. Like,
It goes bad to worse.
okay, only 1 hex. That's it.
We got distracted by some pretty flowers.
Or Esmeralda actually saw some butterflies and freaked herself out.
Yeah, she ran in the other direction.
Yes. There, okay, Rhin'zey, Bayang, and Waruay.
Oh, yep.
Okay. Then,
Is that 4 hexes for me?
No. Still waiting for her to speak. Survival
yeah.
10 can also move you to 4 hexes. Just 2. So I have to wait for Waruay. Okay, now Waruay is actually knows the direction of the land. Rhin'zey actually asked to use a different direction, But Waruay perhaps said, no, this is the proper way. We write this way. Then, because of Waruay's actions, okay, then move 3 hexes.
Done.
Second day already. Okay, I'm gonna be rolling for the dragon and see how many people perish at Shizizo.
Oh no.
And the number of destructions of village destroyed. Okay, now Astrid, your turn.
Yep. Yep. Sorry, I basically clicked it twice.
Okay, right. Yeah, Astrid. Roll 2 hexes. Move 2 hexes. You're trying to don't go to the wolf. If you go to the wolf, it's a random encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's gonna be Ptyei'heon and also Esmeralda. Roll.
Mhm.
Nature, survival, or just
Choose either one. Nature is to actually avoid any of those natural disasters like earthquake, rain, and so on. Okay, just 1 hex. This is the 3rd day already. Okay, Rhin'zey, Bayang, and also Waruay.
Yep, just give me 1 moment.
I think Rhin'zey is like distraught. I can't think. I see smoke and fire in the distance. Okay,
It's
right.
okay, we're almost there.
17. Okay, Waruay, move 3 hexes, or Rhin'zey, move 3 hexes. This is
3?
3rd day. 3
Yeah.
hexes only, Rhin'zey.
Okay.
Because only Rhin'zey can control the token.
Okay, done.
Alright, you can see smoke. You can smell smoke in the distance as you rode for the 3rd day. And then for the dragon, dragon is like destroying many. I'm reducing population right now in Shizuo. If population probably reduced to 0, I think you're the only survivor. Okay, Astrid, roll for survival.
Sorry.
Only 1 hex.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's still someone left alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate you forever, Tyrson. You will
Like
face wrath like there's no other.
I'll kill you. I'll kill all of you. No, I think Rhin'zey have to follow an Anakin Skywalker line. Okay, anyways. Now,
No.
Not just
Okay.
the man, but the women and children too.
yeah, that means like they will have total hatred towards Dhampirs and vampires. Which is a good thing, I guess, if they follow the storyline. Alright, okay, now is Ptyei'heon and Esmeralda.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it's just 1 hex. They can make it in there.
Yeah,
This
1 hex.
discussion is for the views. We're doing it for the views.
Yeah, we go in the opposite direction. Oh, before we go there, let's check out this. There's a forest near here with some nymphs. Let's go check them out.
You guys arrive at Vow somewhere in the afternoon. And Okay, now Rhin'zey, Bayang, and Waruay.
Yep. Survival.
A high one's coming for combat bit. Let's just keep all the low rolls for the actual getting the pot.
Okay. 23, 4 hexes.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
2, 3, 4.
So it's just 3 more hexes left.
That's the 5th day. You can see Shizuo actually like burning fire.
Oh,
You can see the
no.
dragon like devouring everything is up. And Astrid is getting even closer and closer. You can
Yup.
smell burnt flesh. You can hear the screams of people, but the sounds of the screams is less. But when you arrive, roll for survival. Astrid. Okay, 8, 1 hex. Haven't even arrived yet.
Yeah.
Okay, both you and Christopher actually riding, and you can see the dragon standing on the walls as well, blasting its lightning everywhere. It's been there for many days. It seems to be like gobbling and nibbling on carcasses. You notice you can smell it, smell of death. When you arrive, Astrid and Christopher, you can actually see it galloping faster and faster without taking any rest. You guys are not even resting. So you guys, when guys reach, you have to roll Constitution save
Yep.
like 5-6 times, okay, to see whether
Uh.
you're fatigued. Okay, and now, okay, right, I will go to Val later. Then, okay, Rhin'zey again and Waruay roll
Yep.
and Bayang.
Oh.
That's it. Don't roll one save yet. Don't roll it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Bayang need to roll because, okay,
Ooh,
alright,
well
Bayang, okay, you actually wrote four hexes.
done. Sweet, straight into the city, Rhin'zey.
Yeah, even Astrid and Christopher also arrived at the same time.
I don't know the dice is playing joke with us or what. So ngam.
Yes, it's so tuned. It's very perfect.
I don't know.
Now-
Is a god playing with us or something? Or is it Herbert purposely one?
No, it's just your dice's RNG. That's what Zaf always say. Now wait, wow. Okay. Meanwhile, at Bow. Where's Bow? Oh man,
Bow.
loading.
Yes,
Funnily enough, I'm there.
Yeah, I
Okay,
believe I
so
have enough
speeding
spells
roll.
I'd like to solve, please.
Okay. Ptyei'heon's here. This guy's gone. Not here anymore. Okay. And gone. Even the cards now. What else are we saying? Yes.
Just
Esmeralda
yeah.
spoken. You need to wait. Let me check. Where's Esmeralda? Does Esmeralda have a token?
If it is,
Oh.
I'm not seeing it up on my list here.
Yeah, me neither.
Yep.
You could just put a generic
Nope.
token in for
Esmeralda
now.
doesn't really have a token. Okay, wait.
Just put it
I
like
have
a
to
generic
create
human
a token.
one in.
This will be very good.
You want to hold it for a second?
Yeah. Well,
Essen?
I
Durotan?
can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, but anyone else know?
I meant like it should pause it just for a moment
Yeah.
while it's getting fixed up.
No.
Ptyei'heon, the Durotan is not here because Aizen's breaking fast now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
Ptyei'heon.
okay.
Yes. Hey, Ptyei'heon, what do you want to do? I will just move Durotan.
Sorry, can you say it again?
What do you want to do, Ptyei'heon? You arrive at Val.
Adraste and Esmeralda. Should we skip to the others and just come back in a moment?
Skip to Tyrson.
I
Yeah.
feel like do it needed for
Yeah,
this
straight
fight.
to Tyrson. Because I'm just lagging this on my side. It's really slow.
I feel like Durotan might be
Yeah,
new
for this
to
many
this
days.
point. Is a thing.
Well, I can't move my tokens. What the hell? Yeah, just going here. This is like less GIF. Okay, Tyrson. It has been
Several days.
5 days. 5 grueling days.
It's just
You
me,
were
like,
pinched. You were stabbed. You felt the pain that Aab'Shagua felt as every attack from the Tabaxis injured Aab'Shagua more. You actually felt it. You actually felt it so much that sometimes you almost faint. Aab'Shagua then turns and looks around and sees you, and he said, "You feel that, person? You
most.
feel that, don't you? For every death, for every soul that I devour, you gain the knowledge I gain for each of their death, for everything that I took from them. You feel their death. You feel their agony. You feel the pain and the cries of the women, the men, and the children too. For every soul I take, you devour them too. For every knowledge that I take, you took them too. And then you can see that Aab'Shagua is actually taking deep, gasping breath, as if that he is tired. What do you want to do, Tyrson?
I approach him. You can feel the pain I feel, the tiredness from this.
Oh, yeah. Please roll for con save 5
Oh, yeah,
times.
yeah.
Then you can feel the pain.
Just bear with me. Do. Meanwhile,
As this is happening, like some cleaners just step through the portal, go through, start vacuuming and mopping.
yeah, 5 times Constitution. One.
Con save.
Yeah.
Oop, they realize the conversation's done back up again, so they quickly like get out of the way and hop back in the portal.
Fail. Okay.
Oh wow.
You are almost to the point of death. It's like,
Yep.
No, you're not allowed to die with my position. Only I can kill you.
yeah.
You're
now
dead
at,
either way.
you're
It's
now
just
at
how.
exhaustion. You're at exhaustion level 5, Tyrson.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yes.
can't even move.
I can't
Yes.
even.
Yes, you can't move. You're sitting duck.
Yep.
God, level 5? Jesus Christ.
I believe
Yes,
he's
Yeah.
sitting.
just stay at level 5. Just stay at level 5. Don't go any further.
Wait, he's not a duck. He's a
Take a long
Dhampir.
rest.
You lay there on the floor, Tyrson. You can feel Aab'Shagwa's pain. Both you and Aab'Shagwa are on the floor. You're gasping for air. You feel the pain he felt. Then he tells you. You also gasp. And then you speak to Aab'Shagwa. It's like you feel the pain. I feel the pain. When you're a dude, Tyrson, you can't do anything. Even if you roll, everything will be a huge disadvantage.
But I say there is always a way through this pain. We should just I'm happy to make a deal with you to stop this pain. My stepson, he's being touched by some sort. By not sure.
By
What
not
do you-
sure? Do you just roleplay that? By not sure?
By not sure what he's been touched with. But I think a good friend, you can make me. What do you think?
Oh God.
While you're lying there on the floor, as you're talking about, suddenly you talk about your son. You think about your son back in Val, the one that you adopted with you and Petra. You think about it. Roll for wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
No.
Tears coming out from your eyes if you think about your son. Think about Petra. As I think about Lao and trying as you're about to actually leave them. Damn, can somebody turn on sadness and sorrow from Naruto, please? So at least it's like on Discord, so at least the song will probably fit the scene. Yes, so
Oh yeah, we need that music playing.
yes. But you're actually telling the dragon. Dragon just laugh in his painful laugh. And the dragon just speaks out and said, roll for persuasion with disadvantage -5, please.
I'm gonna have like disadvantage in a way.
Yes.
You can have double disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a disadvantage with a disadvantage.
Oh. Those nat ones.
Yeah.
The dragon laughs and looks at you. What could a mortal such as you offer me? An immortal death will fall. I will be reincarnated to take over. The dragon cough. The pain I feel. The death will be a welcoming one. 5 days of agonizing pain. Eating those tabaxis, devouring the children. It was not what I wanted,
I know.
but I'm forced to do so. You actually felt the pain of the people. You see their pain, their sorrows. The moment you actually eat them, Tyrson, you can see the horrors of their face. That actually haunts you for this many days. You think to yourself, you can see the tears from the dragon. When you cry, it cries. Okay,
My
Tyrson, what do you want
son,
to do?
I say, Petra. She's a lovely woman, and I'm hopefully not gonna miss her. And my stepson. Have you ever loved something who is beautiful as Petra? I tend to play around to tease her occasionally. Heart is fonder of everything. Love is in power, very powerful. Powerful than even you, dragon. And even the people who control this vessel. I am I'm missing them completely, and I think it's dawned on me, and you probably enjoy it, or say you been forced. I think my days of being alive are slowly coming to an end for both of us. And we must do something to stop this barbarism. I know your heart is so dark, but even evil can say something. I guess I know you're not chaotic evil or neutral evil, just evil. I think you would understand something between me and you of this.
Roll for. Well, you already have disadvantage anyway. Roll for persuasion with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
The dragon that looks to you tried to stand up, even though it's actually on the floor. And I said, "Love. What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it? Not that a kid."
I say love is everything. Love is who brings both of us in the greater power, powerful than my deity, who created life and beings, the spectrum of power. And if it doesn't pervade, love will always be there. Look at the Baxi. Look at the children and the parents who fleeing the city with their children. I don't care about Baxi, but I slowly understand why life is so beautiful. Life is wonderful. Life.
Roll for persuasion with disadvantage.
Did roll. Sorry. Yeah. 13. Oh.
8. Okay. The dragon that looks to you and says, "You know nothing of love, Tyrson. Your heart is cold. You can't feel love. You and I, we are no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other dragon. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand."
Is that a full breakdown? You want to know pain? You know nothing about pain. Take my ex-wife, for example.
And after the dragon continued, then the dragon continued. "We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see."
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you go.
I'm stuck to be rickroll here.
Never gonna turn around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
Okay, and that's what, like, okay, the dragon actually said that to you. Really, the dragon actually said that to you, Jason.
Not
That
in the song, but telling you.
yes, and
Never gonna leave. Never gonna leave.
yeah,
Give
you
me up.
mentioned Petra. I know that name. One thing I know about Petra is she's never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
I say, yeah. Yeah. I start to see what I was doing wrong before. Fair enough, my God grants us multiple wives, but the one wife you can't live with, live, um, can't, always desire the most is, I guess for me, Petra. Petra, I think, is more for me as a match than anyone could fill the void.
Do you even know who Petra really is, young Tyrson? Why she vows to protect Vow as long as she can. Do you even know what she truly is? Do you even know her last name?
No,
Roll for history.
yeah.
You try to think. You try to remember. Petra, you are old. What? But ever since you arrived at Vow, Petra has been around even longer than you. Then the dragon then continues, and then he says, do you even know what Petra is? Her name is Petra Palasira, the daughter of Palandrala. Do you even know?
I honestly don't know that name means, but I'm starting to realize.
And yet you do not know, and yet you speak of love. And what is love got to do with it?
Love is everything.
Love is in the air.
It's just.
Too bad Tyrson is no bard here, eh?
yeah.
I mean, the way that Tyrson is being role played, he may be a paladin on the outside, but he's a bard on the inside.
No, the people head banging is like was Ptyei'heon, Durotan, and Andraste like what's the got to do with But as you are lying there on the floor, Tyrson, unable to move, do you notice as you turn your head slowly, you see the portal suddenly started to activate, and you see a particular man, an old man, tall as he is, suddenly walks over and then appear from the portal and suddenly walks towards you and say, it seems that you are having good conversation with Aab'Shagua. Tyrson, it's good to actually make friends. You see Aab'Shagua then turns and said, Janam kau Ikarus. Yes, that is my name, Aab'Shagua. That is my name, he touched. And thanks to you, the number of souls I've consumed on thy and a spear or so is more than enough. As you're unable to move, Tyrson, you see the man, and he says, let me introduce myself to you. My name's Icarus Jana. And thanks to you, we have acquired the soul needed. And the death of the people of Tabaxi is around. It's just the start, Jason. Next after this, we're going to devour the souls of Frostwolf. The orc's souls will be strong enough to feel the spear.
I whisper something to sort of convince him really low. I want him to get closer when I'm talking. So the souls. Have you ever develop?
You can't even speak because you're so tired now. You're like level 5 exhausted. All the saliva coming out from your mouth because you're
devoured a god before?
Like Roll for persuasion with disadvantage.
I just want to probably want him to come a little bit closer to hear what I'm talking about.
It's so close. His normal perception, passive perception is more than enough.
Okay.
I see what you did there, Kirsten.
The man that looks, just lie down there on the floor, young Tyrson, like a good boy that you are. Devour souls. Only Aab'Shagua can devour souls. You are just a conduit. You are just a body that actually is part of this grand scheme of mine. Until we find Cornelius, then the sphere will be complete. But sadly, Tyrson, you were not the one that we actually wanted. Until now, I have sent my men to look for him. Hopefully, they're able to find him. But then after as it's about to continue, suddenly you see the portal activated again, and you see a person suddenly appeared from the portal. You notice that it's the priest that talked to you, that told you to dip your hand into the bowl. And the priest arrived and then speak to Icarus and said, Master Icarus, he is coming to seize his role. Then the old man then turned to him. You heard the conversation. Just that you're unable to act. Then the old man then said, good, good. Then let the men prepare. Let them battle the remaining tabaxis. Kill them all if you can. We need all of the tabaxis to be killed. And tell Genma Subarashi to acquire the dragon blade if possible. As you wish, master.
I say to the priest as you leave, Hey priest, I have a present for you. Intimidate.
The priest
Oh
The
god.
priest walks over to you. Roll for intimidation with disadvantage.
Oh god. Let's hope the next
Disadvantage.
one's good.
Yeah, next one.
Next one. Yep, sorry.
Nat
Nat
20,
20,
nat
nat
20,
20,
nat
nat
20.
20, nat 20, nat 20. Oh, dang.
Oh, 14.
If,
At least it's not a nat
yeah,
1.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
priest, not intimidated by you, turns to you. The priest then speaks. Tyrson, the idiot that you are. The man that thinks that he could solve everything with his lips instead of his blade. Yet you always miss for every attack you try to do. And I
Come closer.
knew that you would be the one that actually tried to trick us, saying that you are the summoned one. I know you so well, Tyrson. The moment I saw you, I knew you were lying. But
Well, if you knew me so well, you know who I am.
I know you very well, Tyrson.
How
Wow.
well?
And I
Ooh.
know that your companions are trying to save you as perhaps we speak. But it does not matter. And they turns. The best that you don't know what is transpired.
I'm like poker, making chicken like are you chicken like all the other priests
Coward.
always doing the master's will, I guess.
Then Icarus then turns, stop playing with our test subject, priest. Or then the priest then turns
Yes.
to Icarus and said, Master, shall I remove
Run away,
this
my little
visage?
friend. Master wants to leave us be. Okay?
You're like,
Come.
you're on the floor. It
Yeah.
hurts so much. It's like, it
Yeah.
hurts so bad. That the dragon is like laughing and saying,
You're
I'm starting to like this little mouse, Icarus. The dragon actually said. Then Icarus returns, your soul will be taken. But we could not kill Tyrson anytime yet until we have obtained the Kobold once he arrives.
I have a present for you. I really weak and like crunch all my fingers, but my middle finger into one. Sit on this and rotate it.
Roll for strength with disadvantage as you try to make the middle finger.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did you really just say sit on this?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the strength roll, you know. Disadvantage, though, sadly. You're like, trying to get your strength. You manage to make a finger and show it to them.
You use all your strength?
You see the priest walks over to you immediately, step on your middle finger. It's like, you are
And
being rude to my master. He stepped on it.
can I as
Roll for death saving throw with disadvantage.
yeah.
I'll quickly grab his leg and just like bite him.
Like, can't because it's not so strong
Ah.
and it's not fast enough also.
Oh.
You fail one death saving throw. Then Icarus then said, enough! We need him. If you kill him, the dragon dies. My student,
Yeah.
you must control. He tried to speak. Then after that, the priest then actually like remove his robe. Then you see a particular man suddenly like appear before you. You try to actually look at him. You try to actually gaze at this person with your blurred vision, and
Yeah.
then you see him like standing and then kick you in the face. Then you notice that it's actually Varus.
Oh shit.
I
Wow.
knew we should have killed him the first time we saw him. Never trust a human.
And then after that, Varus then turns to Master Icarus. Master Icarus, as promised, Restum will be spared from the dragon's attack. Am I right? Icarus turned to me, yes, my young student. Restum will be spared. Cinnabehead and others will not. Once we manage to devour the rest, then the last will be devoured. And Petra will be devoured with the dragon and her soul will be taken. And after that, then Varus looks at you, kick you in the face again. And like, Tyrson, roll for death saving throw with disadvantage. Constitution save.
Yep. Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Double net 20s.
Yeah. Then Icarus attacks him, takes Varus away. Enough, my young student. We need him alive. Prepare the troops. Capture the Kobold. Then both of them actually went towards the portal. And then after that, just disappeared. He was still under strength, that person. You're surprised to actually see Varus. He just said the rest of them will be spared. Then the dragon just laughed. It hurts. If you die, I die. But they cannot miss it, young mouse. But judging by your face and judging by the visions that I see from your eyes, as if you know that man.
Yes, my friend. He was my friend before he turned. I think he made a deal with the devil of his decision to look for a place to worship. And I think he has done a deal from the south to prevent them to come, or Cineped.
Dragon then says to you, Tyrson, it's like, you're very weak. What have you done to him to make him hate you so much? Do you have friends within your circle that hate you so much that once you did, Tyrson? I hope for your sake that you have other friends that do not want you dead, for I will pity your soul that happened, even if you're no longer bound with me.
I said, I think I have some friends somewhere.
I see from the vision, the dreams that you have, Tyrson. You have good friends. Don't deny that. I do not have any friend in my life.
Can you be my friend?
Roll
would
for
you-
persuasion with disadvantage -5 because you're very, very injured and on the verge of death.
Yep.
Man, you've been given so many hints and you're not even using them. I pity you. I mean,
Shut up. No hints. Okay? Right. Right. Then you see the dragon and said, "A friend. I do not need a friend in you, and I don't need a friend in me." Then after that, you see the dragon that curls. Then after that, sleeps. And then, meanwhile, on Vow,
Ooh.
Ptyei'heon, Durotan, and Esmeralda, you all arrive at Vow, rushing, panicking towards Thunderous Village. Andraste screams, "Petra! I know you're here, Petra! Petra! Petra!"
I say, what's a Petra?
It's a fish. That's what Andraste said. She's a fish.
Oh.
Andraste then turns, just like sees, and you see Petra. Andraste then turns, and you see Andraste actually walks over to Petra, but before Petra could do anything, you see that Andraste like push her, and you see Petra immediately slap Andraste in the face.
I turn to
Okay,
Adraste and say, she's a feisty fish.
yes, very feisty. The fire in her blood. She's being sarcastic when your tide turns. Has not been doused yet. And you can hear Petra then says to Andraste, "How about you? I've not seen you for years, sister. Has your cold, icy heart been melted by the love of your life to see if you actually found any?" And Anderson replied back, "I almost did. Until, of course, a kobold and this orc actually climbed through the window."
oh no.
Fuckers!
Oh my god.
And Anderson said, "Sister, you are in trouble. The blue dragon, Aab'Shagua." And then Petra said, I know. She is in Sigizol and devouring the souls of the people there. She will arrive here sooner or later, perhaps in a few months' time. But I have vowed to protect Vow with my life, Andraste. Even in this form on the next. And so do you. This form and your other. We vowed to be in this form until the day and the time comes. Okay, Esmeralda, Ptyei'heon, and Durotan, what do you want to do? Starting with Durotan first.
I just simply tell them that
We need to hurry and build the contraption so that we can save my village. I know she's always done for, but not my village.
Oh yes. I say, oh yes, we best hurry to build whatever the contraption is to prevent both of your villages from being devoured by the blue dragon. Yes?
Andraste turns to Petra. Sister, we don't have much time. Do you still have it? Yes, then Petra then responded and said, yes, he told me to keep it. In just in case that one of them actually is ready to actually carry the burden. But that is a family heirloom, Andraste. Andraste then said, if we don't use it, Abigail will be here and destroy this village.
It's
Then
true.
Petra then Abigail then said, I don't care much if Abigail devours this village or devour me. It's up to her.
We can try our best. But if that thing devours this village's punishment enough, its people summon the dragon that threatens everyone. I say it's a fitting punishment. They get devoured by it.
Petra walks over to you, Durotan, about to give you a slap roll for dexterity saving throw.
I would actually grab her hand. Oh yeah, this is my character sheet.
Yeah, and dexterity.
Okay. Dexterity save.
Yep.
Okay. I just
Okay.
like grab the hand and simply say with the other one I'm like that's gonna happen.
When he does that, Esmeralda will walk over and use Mage Hand to slap him on the other side.
Grabs the mage
Okay.
hand.
Right.
Grabs the mage hand.
What?
Yep. The mage hand.
Yeah, I don't think.
Wait,
Can you
Kate?
grab a match hand?
It
By
is,
right, you shouldn't.
You can't technically hold
Yeah.
it. It's not like if you're
Yeah, it's technically because
No,
you have
but
to.
it's just killing her.
It's just a cantrip. Basically, it's just a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It's
but,
literally
but
just
the
like a
hand,
hand.
it has
So
to.
this one is like a
Mhm.
strength save. Strength versus Esmeralda's strength.
Okay. I'll roll for my strength save then.
No. You got the spell save DC there 13. So just roll strength save.
Yeah,
That's all.
strength save.
DC 13.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And you just see it.
You grab the mage hand on the other hand.
Okay, but someone
Yep.
kick between. Someone kick between.
Then Andraste walks over and then suddenly kick you in the balls.
Wait. I want to grab her leg. I want to grab her leg with my thighs.
No, you can't. You cannot.
Okay, roll dexterity with disadvantage.
I'm grabbing it
I'm
with my.
crying right
I'm grabbing
now.
it with my thigh.
Okay. Yeah, use your thunder thigh and roll for dex save with disadvantage.
Oh man, I wanted a net 20 as well so that I can double hands and a thigh. And,
Okay, she just kicks you straight in the balls. How can you say that? Durotan Andraste then said, roll for con save.
okay.
Go for wisdom.
Oh my god, you got a whole bunch of angry women now.
Yes.
He's like still standing.
Andraste, you're still standing. Andraste then tells you, you can't do that. There are women, there are children here, there are kobolds here, Durotan. They have their own life. How can you be so selfish and think about yourself and getting Vow destroyed?
I'm
No,
not
this
selfish.
is Petra's
I'm
home.
not selfish. I'm just mentioning the reality of things. Would Jesus all be any different than this village? For you to say it will not be able to save it? If so, then this village will be doomed as well. And the next, and the
Roll for persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. Where are you? Oh, here we are. Better than that one. Anything is better than that one.
Okay, Ptyei'heon. What do you want to do?
Join in, kick the ass.
What if that, like, she like peeks through the entrance? What if that village was perhaps yours instead of Shiza's then? Would you rather wait for me to design the weapon to defeat it, or would you be running towards your village like Rhin'zey is doing? Or is that just another sacrifice for the greater good?
It's not my village that's currently in the way of danger, so I can't speak of it. But if it was my village, I would have at least tried and warned them. However, the fault is not mine, nor Rhin'zey's, nor anybody, nor you, nor Andraste. The fault is on Tyrson. He never said he's a demon worshipper or part of some cult. The way I see it, the fault lies on him and his family. Unless they have any evidence to the contrary, I see them as nothing more than demon-worshipping cults.
Okay, roll for persuasion, Durotan. No disadvantage, no advantage also, just persuasion.
Okay.
Esmeralda have no idea of listening to
Mhm.
this. Then Andraste tell Petra, it's true, Petra. I saw it with my own eyes. Tyrson actually said that he was the one being summoned. He turned into a dragon, Petra. It was Tyrson. What Durotan said is the truth, sadly, but even though what he said, even though I hate what Durotan actually mentioned earlier on, but what he said is true, Petra. I cannot lie to you. You have to believe me, Petra. I'm your sister. Yes. Then Petra then said, then wait for a while. I need to head over to my house. I need to take it. Then Andraste said, no, sister, I'll follow you. Okay, meanwhile, Esmeralda and Durotan and Ptyei'heon, what do the three of you want to do? Head over to Petra's house?
I'll just simply follow them since I have no idea what to do in this town since we never spend that much time to get to know the people. And
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna follow as well. Just I'll be right back because I'm gonna be doing something. I'm still gonna be like listening in, but yeah.
As we
yeah, this is my first time here as well, so
I'll just simply
Yeah,
I would be
Esmeralda's
following
first
you.
time.
as I basically like I stand like here, just like on this one, I'll just say to them,
We have a small ship here, ready to set sail. Although I'm not confident about its condition.
Petra then turns to you, Durotan. I know your words mean well, my friend, but the ship, yes, the ship must sail wherever you're going. But she actually opens up the chest. You notice that she put her palm on the chest and she whispered some sort of elvish words. It's like, in the name of my heart,
Mm.
my soul, my friend, open. Then she said. Then you see the chest open. And then when the chest open, you can see a full plate armor and a really, really beautifully crafted long sword and a shield and a helm. And after that, she took it and she said, she passed it to you, Durotan.
wait.
I believe this is what Andraste mentioned.
Uh,
Bring this to Steel Peak Mountains. Look for the dwarf. Look for the master armor smith, the master smith. Ask him to melt this down.
Will it help?
When you look at it, and then Petra then tells you, Durotan, this is the rarest metal in this world. It's made it's a mix of mithril and adamantine.
Will it help kill the dragon if we melt it?
Ooh, I lean over to take a look.
You need to craft a weapon out of this that will kill the dragon. Might kill the dragon. If Tyrson has indeed been possessed by the dragon, and there's no way to save him, then I have no choice but to see him die. And I believe the mother and the sister would agree with me. After this, I need to talk to them. The mother is somewhere. The sister is meditating. And I know that the sister actually felt it too. Even the mother. They need to know the truth that Tyrson. They need to know the truth that Tyrson have abandoned his ways.
It's better if you don't. It's better that they think he's long lost and somewhere rather than to learn the horrible truth. Also,
You want me? You want me to lie to them and tell them that Tyrson died?
no. Just tell them he's been missing. What fate? Even you as a mother. What if somebody told you that your son has been turned into a demon? You would move hell and high water and kill them, or if not even accuse them of lying. I know I would if my son was. If somebody told me that my son has been turned into a demon, I'd refuse to believe them. Not even downright kill them. As well.
Roll for persuasion, Durotan. If you roll high enough, she will lie to her son and the mother and the sister, and I mean Tyrson's mother and sister.
Okay, here goes.
Although I wanted to say something there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Esmeralda, what do you want to say? Okay, to you, Esmeralda.
Although my grandmother always said that lying, not only how good your intentions are, will always lead to more pain and suffering. But I will leave you to your devices.
Okay, I'll now roll persuasion. Oh, don't fail.
Okay, Esmeralda, roll for persuasion also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do I gain advantage if she does this?
Nope, because I don't think Esmeralda is assisting. Is Esmeralda assisting Durotan?
No,
Oh, against.
I have advantage with my persuasion
Hmm.
with the feature I have.
Okay, I'll roll for my persuasion.
It's only a 10.
No!
Oh!
No. I gain no. Wait, do I have any feature that lets me roll by
No,
persuasion?
no, you don't. You're a barbarian. Okay, Ptyei'heon,
Ah.
what do you want to do?
Use your inspiration.
Actually, yeah, I do actually have inspiration.
Just to use for lying?
Yes, because I'm too
okay.
scared of her for her.
Wait, do we all have inspiration?
Of course, you all have inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I will
finally.
mark that on my
And
character sheet. I
Oh,
didn't
I'm just
realize
waiting
that.
for Ptyei'heon to see what she wants to do.
I got a 16.
Ptyei'heon?
Have you used your inspiration? Because for my case, I already used up. I don't know others.
I still have 9. I mean, I never bothered using it
Okay.
in battle. He said he'll be right back. Ptyei'heon.
Oh, okay,
That's why
okay.
he's not talking.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Ptyei'heon,
Right.
you're here? If you're here, speak. Say something.
Yeah. I just got back. I haven't
Okay.
been playing much because I've been preparing dinner.
Oh, okay. To catch you up, Durotan is trying to convince Petra to lie to Tyrson's family about what happened to him. And my character is trying to convince her to tell the truth. It's up to you what you wish to decide. You can choose one of those paths or a third path your own. Up to you.
What reason would you have to tell him otherwise? Well, he only said.
Basically, bottom line is he made an argument that a mother will always refuse to believe that her son is turned into a demon or evil and accuses anybody of saying this of them being a liar, and outright she'll try and kill them. No mother want to hear that. That's Durotan's bottom line argument, is that a mother's love for her son will always blind her judgment.
There's also the thing that we can
Herbert.
perhaps just inform her after this is over. If we end up killing him, then that's that.
Something struck my mind. I thought you used up inspiration before for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you use up inspiration before. You level up. Every time you level up, you get inspiration. Remember during one of the combat, you use inspiration.
Oh, I did not mark it then on my character sheet. I'll mark it off. Otherwise, it's just a 5 then. Forget the 16. It's up to her now. She has to roll like the wisdom save to see if she's either convinced or not convinced.
She'll just follow what Esmeralda actually said, and after that, she just like listen. The Spiritron looks to you and listens to Esmeralda. Well, like Ptyei'heon at the door, they're listening to the whole conversation. Didn't say a word. And Ptyei'heon said, "No, I will not lie. I will tell the truth. I will tell them. I need to tell them. I need to tell Tyrson's son, or perhaps my son too, since Tyrson's gone. Even if he have fallen to evil, even he have fallen towards the dark side of the evil force of the dragons, they need to know. But Durotan, take these belongings. This used to belong to Tyrson's father. I just keep it as safekeeping. Melt it. Create what Andraste wants to create. And even Ptyei'heon actually saw that it's made of mithril and also adamantine, strong enough perhaps to even pierce the hard scales of the dragon. Now you actually have it. And then Petra then said, take the boat and head where you want to go. Andraste then turns to Petra and said, we're heading towards Steelpack Mountains. There the dwarf will actually help us. Well, it's good to see you again, my sister. Hopefully, I don't have to see you again.
Why don't you come with us? Surely the villagers here will not forgive you.
Petra said, no, I cannot. I vowed to stay at Vow. I will stay here, even if the dragon destroy Vow and devour my soul. So let it be.
This is suicide. Think of your son. Think of
There's nothing. He said, there's nothing that can stop it now. I will stay, but my son can leave.
Wait, so she can stay, but not her son, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I look into at at Andraste's direction, and I'll just simply say like I'll just like stand here first, assuming like I'm holding the stuff and everything, pretending I'm on the ground trying to tie them up as I quote unquote whisper to Andraste and say, "Will it be alright if I knock her unconscious and take her with us?"
Roll for persuasion.
Can I roll for perception?
Yeah, I would also like to roll for
If
perception on that
okay,
one.
roll for perception. Esmeralda and Ptyei'heon.
I'm just like on the ground tying up
Oh.
while speaking to Andraste to see if she agrees into it. At least she can help me, distract her sister so we can just knock her
Okay,
unconscious.
Ptyei'heon, what do you want to do?
Durotan, that's not very gentlemanlike, is it?
But, excuse me, I'm in here tying a...
Your alignment is changing, FYI. Yeah, just to tell you, Durotan.
I'm just tying...
Not lawful anymore.
I'm just tying up these items.
And also, my alignment is not lawful. My alignment is chaotic good.
Is neutral. Yeah,
Going to be
chaotic.
neutral soon.
Anyway,
Going to be quite neutral.
yeah. What did she say? Like Andraste, because I rolled a 14.
No, Ptyei'heon actually already tell you like it's not good to actually do so. You can actually roll for that. Ptyei'heon. But Andraste then said no.
What?
She nodded her head and said no.
It's
not
not
right.
very like to think of that kind of stuff, Durotan.
I will never let you do that to my sister. So.
What about your son then?
Son? I don't have a son. Andraste said.
Oh, I forgot to say that Tyrson adopted an elven boy with her. You didn't know?
It's Petra's choice. If the son decided to stay, I cannot say much. It's not my choice here to do what she wants to do. But we don't have much time. If you want to stay here and protect Petra, you stay here.
I just carry the stuff as I look into her direction at Petra's direction and say,
"Will your son be accompanying us for his own safety, to continue your bloodline and Tyrson's bloodline?"
No. He would most likely stay. He has too much, maybe stick around Tyrson for too long. He's have too much of his father in him.
This is suicide, and you know it. Tyrson would have said the same thing. You should have leave.
There's nothing that can change that now, Durotan. Now leave. You don't have much time.
Come, let's go.
Esmeralda is like being very clumsy. Never being out of the house for too long, and this what happened.
Yes, I'm so sorry, my dear.
That's why I said it's okay.
As I put the broken remains back and it's like just slowly walk out.
"Oh yeah, I forgot we do have two kobolds here. Goblins, sorry." If she wanna die, at least I did my part.
Weren't you going to speak to the child first before leaving?
All right.
I couldn't find him on the map, so I don't know where he was.
No, Petra didn't say where also.
Yeah, exactly. And I cannot metagame on his location.
Maybe he's hiding in the boat.
Actually, who knows?
Then
Who
we'll find.
knows at this
Yeah.
point if he's hiding actually on the boat or not? I just go to the wheel and just say, "Cast off!"
Okay, Esmeralda, roll for wisdom saving throw for being frightened. First time on the boat.
Oh yeah, first time, yeah, on the water, really. Wisdom. Oh, yeah, she doesn't really like it.
Yes. You're terrified the moment you enter. You're just more surprised to see kobolds. It's like suddenly saluting like Durotan is like saying, "Where to now, Captain? It's been a long time. With the others."
When the boat
On
rocks
another-
just to start going, I grab onto Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm.
I grab onto Andraste.
I just tell the kobolds in a polite manner.
They're on the way to try and save as much people. Head towards Steelpack Mountain. The closer we can get to them, the better.
Are they kobolds or goblins?
Goblins.
Kobold. Kobolds? Ah.
Goblins.
Yeah. Because the goblins were on the boat, I'm pretty sure the kobolds were on the land.
Goblins?
The goblins will stay.
The goblins.
Goblins? is-
Goblins. Goblins. Like, the goblins are actually on the boat. The kobolds actually stay back.
Yeah, they're half-breeds. Goblins and kobolds crossed.
Mhm.
Then you all actually like set sail towards Steelpack Mountains. And as you all actually head towards Steelpack. Meanwhile, Rhin'zey and the others arrive at Shizi's Woe. Okay. Rhin'zey, you see the burning catastrophe of Shizi's Woe. Waruay, Bayang, and the wolf is shocked to actually see the destruction of Shizi's Woe. Meanwhile, it's like, and Christopher
Mhm. Where?
and the other companion is up to the north.
Oh, okay.
Hmm?
Wait. You're gonna have to ping where they are because I cannot find up north.
And Astrid. Okay, but before anything, okay, Rhin'zey, Bayang, you see the damage being caused by the dragon. You can see the dragon actually like rampaging and destroying parts of houses, using its lightning to actually shoot at others in the distance. You can hear the screams of death, the sounds of battle
Oh.
in the distance. And as Astrid and Christopher arrive, you see the same thing. A blue dragon perched nicely on top of the wall, destroying it. Seems to be devouring tabaxis and leonins alike. But you see one particular leonin jumping around, fighting the dragon in the distance, injured as he is. But you're unsure who this particular leonin is. And Rhin'zey, you're shocked to see many of your people dead, dying, burned. Trees fall all over the place, walls destroyed, house burned. But you hear the sounds of battle. But what surprises you, Tabaxi fighting what seems to be cultists. The same cultists that you saw at the temple when Tyrson was changed into the dragon. Unsure what to do next. And because this will be a combat to be continued for next session. Meanwhile, as to be continued, the dragon's eyes peer up to the distance. Tyrson, you see Rhin'zey, Waruay, Bayang. But where are the others? You are slowly devouring all the tabaxis. But you're fighting a Leonin. This Leonin is surprisingly skilled, moving around, jumping with one sort of particular blade that shimmers the moment it strikes. It hurts. It's painful. The dragon actually screams, "Ah, ah, but I can't continue anymore. To be continued. Next week's episode."